abandon reason. No, only war.
Okay, that one made me jump a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. I don't even have headphones on. I wasn't expecting that one. Whew. Nice pull. How are people? I'm awake. I'm awake now. There we're Tuesday. How's everybody's Tuesday? I'm on my last glue stick. Xana, you're not allowed to take this one. I need it. Oh, and Princeps, thank you for the I can talk. Thank you for the gift subs. But no buts. This one is mine. Also, it's funny. Does 10 put it exactly at 4 and 0%? Interesting. The hell, you lost your gift badge? Wait, no, but you just gave some. You should get it back. Oh, you know what? It might have been. So there's this actually no, but you haven't gone long enough without one. I know Twitch has started doing the thing where it starts prompting you, like, hey, you've lost your gift badge. Like, gift another one to get it back. But like, considering you just did, you should have it back, even if it had ever disappeared at all. You might just have to go into your settings and like pick your badges. It may have like given you the Twitch recap one by default. You might just have to switch it out for the present. So, in theory. Oh, how's everybody doing? I see Zeki was here. Turned on the system. Thank you, Zeki. Xana, you're eating spicy chip? Oh yeah, hot one Pringles. And then yeah, Green Ninja, nice to see you. Enjoy the bunny emotes. There's many. There's one for almost every occasion. And then Baka Wisdom, hope you've been having a good week so far too. Hey, Velpepper. Hey, how's it going? Doing some deck building in the Balatro sense, or in the Magic sense, or in the I am literally building a deck in my backyard sort of way. Too many options for what deck building means now. But yeah, Velpepper, good to see you too. Toot toot, there it goes. Train is on fire. It's Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. It feels like Wednesday, but it's probably because I work on Sunday. You had to reactivate. You have to reactivate the badge? That's kind of weird. Okay, that's kind of weird. Whose am I gonna work on first? Ooh, hiccups. Mild hiccups. Singular hiccups. Cat camera. Are there fat cats? There are sleepy fat cats. And the fat cat redeemed. You're so funny. It made you use a slider to activate. Oh, a slider? I didn't even know there was a slider to do badge things. Well, you don't have to get out of the bed. I guess you can get out of the bed. Boop. I'm gonna put one right on his head. I don't know if the microphone picks up the little merp he let out as I stuck a cat treat on his forehead. Don't get it. You're not very good at this, are you, Tabby? Your brother's gonna eat it all. There's more in there. I can't give you too many. Spoil your dinner. Oh, cat. Speaking of cats, you got Ferris a new toy? Oh yeah, what kind of toy was it? Let me get this set. Purple, white. No, not this one. This one. Purple, white, light blue, gray, blue, light blue, silver. And what was the new toy? Okay, I guess I'll just start at the top of the list. Green, red, light blue, white, red house, silver sky, gold glitter, silver glitter. Gotcha. We're gonna work on badges. You got him in your scratch post. It's one of those little ball tracks in the base. It's made of hardwood, so the balls are loud as heck. Because they just roll around, I imagine. No, it's funny. I can't help but shake the feeling. I can't help but shake the feeling I've forgotten something again, but I may also just feel that way a lot. Maybe. Like, maybe a little too often. But stamp stuff. You. I am disorganized. I am going to admit, the one really nice thing about being done all this is I will have my desk space back. Because my desk right now is a mess of just everything. There's paper everywhere. There's stamps everywhere. I'm usually a more organized individual than this, but right now it's just everywhere. How is the fishboard looking? Oh yeah, Danny's holding top spot. That got the massive diamond out. Danny. Yeah, Danny's got top spot for this month. I think Demi still holds the top spot overall, like since getting this game back in like February or something. See, really, I found one scratching post wasn't enough for my cats. They just like get bored of it or something, and then they'd want to go scratch something else up. I'm like, oh my god, I have to get you guys another post. I just have posts everywhere. I think I've got like their massive cat tree and like 3 smaller posts like strategically littered around the house to like tempt them away from particular couches. Because it's kind of funny. There is one couch in particular they really like to tear up. I don't know what it is about that one couch, but that one couch in particular they really like to tear up, and thankfully they leave the more expensive one alone. They don't touch the leather one. But yeah, I don't know what's with them in that one couch. They're like, this one. This is the one I would like to ruin. There was just no saving that couch. $20.24. But how's everybody's week been so far? And I guess since the last time I saw you all. When did I see you all? Saturday? Hope your Sundays were good. It's getting cold here. Okay, admittedly, it's not as cold as it has been for several of the rest of you, because several of the rest of you have actually like hit freezing or below freezing, and I haven't gotten there yet. But it's getting cold and it's kind of damp, and I'm just like, eh. Hell yeah, it's been great. Xana's sleeping like a baby. Or a log, I guess. Like a hibernating bear. I wish I liked one of the two extreme temperatures. I don't really. Everyone at work is looking at you like you're insane. Are they all in like sweaters and pants and stuff like that? You're just walking around in t-shirt and shorts? Or whatever perhaps closest like uniform equivalent you may have. Actually, there must be t-shirt and shorts. You're down south. You get hot weather. Badger. Badger. Small part of me, very tempted to put on the back of Badger's plate the word mushroom. Badger, D, G, E. There we go. That can go in there. That stamp can go there. That stamp can go there. Mushroom, exactly. How's it going, 004? It's good to see you. Bad. Sure. Our cats have a new scratching post, a mushroom safe scratcher, a scratching tube, the scratcher, the TV plaything, and 3 scratch pads. Are one of the scratch pads like that cardboard type? I used to have one of those, but I found it just made a huge mess. I've kind of stayed away from them since, because they just tear it up to all hell, and it's like great. Now I just have little itty bitty cardboard pieces everywhere. You're committing dinner? Oh, what's for dinner? I may or may not have been very good about eating today. The day got away from me. And the next thing I knew, my workday was done, and then I was here. Spaghetti, bolognese sauce, butter noodles. God, I like pasta. I went to a place on the weekend with some family and had this. Oh my god, what was it called? It was a lamb. What's the dish called? A tagliatelle or something like that. It's like a homemade pasta, like really, really wide, thick fettuccine. Oh, it was so tasty. It had such a good like tooth feel, if you know what I mean in regards to pasta. Like this excellently al dente. Vodka? Wait, what? Oh, like a vodka sauce? Vodka sauce is a thing? Like to lay on them, just L.Y.K.A.I.O them as they lays about. Yeah, that sounds about right for cats. I guess it's about run the time. Cat cam off. Mood. Hope the new year's treating you well. I'm just taking it slow, trying to get some work done, just enduring the cold out here right now. I think just swapping to music to warm my fingers up a bit. Wait, I'm a little confused. Swapping to music. Do you mean like composing? Playing music to warm up your fingers? Like grab an instrument to warm up your fingers? Or do you just groove out to music and it like warms you up? Deep in the sauce, so to speak. So yesterday, Mrs. got mad and I must cook us dinner. Ah, I see. Vodka sauce is a mixed tomato cream base made of vodka. Oh, okay. Not really a cook. I enjoy food. I greatly enjoy food. I like to eat. Not much of a cook myself though. I feel kind of like silly sometimes because I am definitely one of those types who's like not necessarily because I'm sometimes because I'm hungry, but not necessarily because I'm hungry. It's like one part a dislike of wasting food, and one part a case of like I just want to try what they're eating. So if someone doesn't finish, depends how comfortable I am with the person. But if someone doesn't finish their food, I'm sometimes gonna be like, yeah, are you gonna eat that? If you're not gonna eat that, I'll eat that. I'll eat it. We're playing keyboard. Oh, neat! You play piano. I wish I kept up on my piano lessons. That teacher was awful, though. There we go, white. I was telling the story the last stream. I think I had an awful piano teacher, like one of those like tough love, smack your fingers when you do it wrong kind of piano teachers. And I was like, nope, I'm not I'm not doing this. Let's go white. Do you need a Southern gal to teach you to cook? I just don't like to cook. I'm wary of the stove. Is the problem? I don't like the feeling of oil splashing on my arms and stuff like that. You were like, oh, cooks, burn marks, show of pride. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather be unmarred. I'll have a Southern girl cook for me. I just don't really want to do any of the cooking. I'm one of those types. Where there is a pressure cooker and air fryer, there's a way. This is true. This is true. Those things are amazing. Those things scare me a little bit. I used a pressure cooker one time to cook rice because the rice cooker was on the fritz, and it was like the amount of time it took, like what little amount of time it took. I was like, oh my god, that's freakishly fast. I'm like, that's like uncomfortably too fast. People like cooking but don't want to actively cook. Fermenting is best for that. So the problem is I don't like most. I feel like I don't like most fermented things either. Thinking about it, I can't even say like, oh, except alcohol, because I'm not that big an alcohol person either. I'll put some meat on your bones. I think I'm a healthy weight. If anything, thanks to Christmas, I'm probably a little bit squidgy. I'm a little you guys know that song Call Me L? I sometimes play it on the stream when it rotates onto my playlist. It probably has one of my favorite lines in music. He's just like, man walks down the street and he's like, why am I so soft in the middle now? Why am I so soft in the middle when my life is so hard? That's me. I'm like, why am I so soft in the middle now? And then I'm like, it's December and there was baking and I ate too many cookies. I didn't sit in classes for a long time. I had a teacher like that briefly after college. The lady berated me for not being able to keep up the grade schooler. She was also teaching to the point of driving me to tears. Last time was like, yeah, my piano teacher was like the type of like smack my fingers for not playing a thing correctly, but then would also be like the only problem is smacked fingers are not very conductive of playing things correctly. So I eventually snapped back at her one time with like, how can you expect me to keep doing this stuff correctly when I can like barely bend my fingers as it is? And she got angry and she locked me outside of her house, and I had to wait for my parents because I didn't have a cell phone to call them. And that was the last time I ever went to those piano lessons. I was like, nope, I refuse. Peter Princess, she's all skin and bones over there. I can see through her fingers. Oh god. Rude classic teachers are awful. Yeah, it's who was it? Someone was saying that piano teachers seem to be 50-50. They're either like the nurturing types or they're the hard ass types, and there's like no in between. I tried kimchi. You're scared because your only option is store bought pre made, and you've no idea if that's good. You should talk to Xana. Xana makes homemade kimchi all the time. Xana is probably overdue to make homemade kimchi. Paging Xana, paging Xana, kimchi request. You know, people are like, don't call out people in chat specifically when you're streaming. No, this is a call out for Xana. Where are you? We require a kimchi recipe. Xana, forgive me. See, there they are. Cabbage is awful. Xana's bad for like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, kimchi's just not for me. I've tried it a few times. I've tried it in Korean places too. It's just not my thing. But like I said, I'm not one much for pickled and fermented stuff, so it is a little bit lost on me. Yeah. A little more to clean off. I can clean it off later. That's only fine. I'll clean it off later as it dries more. What are our colors? Blue and white. I'll go blue in the front. Where's my pokey tool? Kimchi's wonderful. You take that back. Love cabbage. Try to make it everyone else's problem if they're stuck in the building with me or happens to be downwind. The other rootin' tootin' vegetable, I guess. Maybe do to make up a new gala. I might go get some stuff right here while I'm on vacation. Soon. What is it? 3 more days? Vacation time for you? Val, took you years to get back your interest in music making. Sometime during the pandemic, you discovered the music making side of YouTube. Lots of good content creators made music more accessible. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good spot for it. I remember, because I was quite into the My Little Pony side of the fandom, and like, uh, I have to admit, like, as much as a bad rap as MLP got, because there were definitely some questionable people in there, I loved the music making side. People were just coming up with so many different songs and like original music, remixes, like everything. And I was like, my gosh, we were all like this incredibly creative fan base. And I think it's kind of amazing. I actually remember this one story of there was like a bunch of the very well known like fandom composers, like what was it? They signed a ukulele or something. They signed a small-ish string instrument. I can't remember if it was a ukulele or a violin. I feel like it was a ukulele. They signed one, and like one of those music content creators brought it to and gifted it to the guy who was like the actual composer for the show. And I thought that was really neat. I thought that was super neat. Up a little bit. There we go. Another back to the butcher table. Okay. Good luck. Yeah, as soon as you get off work Thursday night. Oh, so Friday itself is the first day of vacation for you, huh? Not even just like after work Friday? Just Friday? Freedom? What do I do with my scissors? What did I do with my scissors? Nice. It'll be good for you to have a break. You've been going many, many days in a row, haven't you? Oh, so totally unrelated. Gotta wait till March for your next break. Yeah, I think I have to book a couple days off in February for the sake of the convention that I'm running, but I think my next holiday is not until May, which is a little brutal. What are you gonna do? Cry? Turns away to leave you lonely. Yeah, I think May is my next one. But I should, in theory, have my birthday week off. In theory. If it all works out. I still haven't technically picked my vacation time yet, but there's nobody in that spreadsheet yet who's picked my birthday week in May, so in theory, I should have it off. I figure out if I'm doing anything for my birthday. I don't know yet. Actually, there's a chance I'm out of town for my birthday. And just do a birthday stream from the other coast of North America. Do all the things, celebrate the U. Well, I might be out in Massachusetts. PAX is like the PAX is the weekend immediately prior to my birthday, and I still have to buy the plane ticket, but as it is right now, I'm planning to be out there. Can't request your B-Day week off yet. I gotta wait till February 2nd for dates to be requestable. See, it's funny. I don't my workplace doesn't work like that. My workplace is like, yeah, we're gonna pick vacation for the entire year, in like December, January. But the vacation year starts in April. So we're all picking vacation. Yeah, that's not even here yet. And then yeah, that's the entire vacation calendar year and it's all picked by seniority. For better or for worse. Hey Maddie. How's it going? Whoa? Whoa, what? About the vacation thing? And how we pick? Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. I'm of lower seniority, like the first, I think the first like 5 or 6 people who picked their vacation time basically snapped up all of summer. Um, so I have a thing that I want to do in the summer too, but I won't technically be able to get the vacation time for it. I'm just gonna have to blow like a week's worth of paid time off days, uh, to get the time off I need in July. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Your coworkers, you have to fight to the death. You haven't heard your kazoo. It's like only one person off at a time kind of thing. Mine sort of like scales depending on how many supervisors there are and how many reliefs there are. So like basically just about any given week in the year can have up to 3 people off, because that's just how many relief supervisors we have to be able to fill in. But yeah, it's this whole massive spreadsheet. Mind you, we're also like, if we only had a team of like 5 people or something, then we'd all just pick within the calendar, the 5 of us, and there'd probably only be like one person off per week because of that. But we have enough supervisors with enough weeks of holiday into their name that there has to be like the 52 weeks in the year and like 3 columns of each. Some people who've been here for like 30 something years have like 7 weeks of vacation. That's not even the other like individual paid time off days. They just have like 7 weeks of vacation. I can never get 7 weeks of vacation because the contract has changed. And so my weeks now cap out at 6 weeks. And instead of getting one every 7 years, I now only get one every 10 years, which is brutal. I should have had a fourth week of vacation by now. Bursary request 6 months prior to 3 weeks prior. Closer to the date, the less likely you are to get it. Oh yeah, not surprised. Never ending story, the birthday massacre. That sounds dark. Never ending story, birthday massacre. Okay. I got that one queued up for when this one ends. But how you been, Maddie? It's good to see you. Has work chilled out a little, or does tax refund season affect you? I didn't have enough glue to make it. I should. It's funny. Rainwraith was telling me. I guess a bunch of stuff will sometimes there'll be sales sometime in January, often in the U.S. because that's like tax return time or something like that. So a lot of a lot of retailers will hold sales at that time of year to try to part people from their hard-earned money, or hard refunded money. Oh my gosh! Also, I don't know why this suddenly reminded me of it. Um, totally different topic. Um, and which is also sometimes why I don't like to have necessarily a no politics policy on my channel. Um, so Canadian politics, not to get too deep into Canadian politics, but our prime minister has decided to resign. No commentary on like the prime minister himself, but the prime minister has decided to resign. And for whatever reason, I have now seen several posts. There's like someone made a silly one that was like basically like this is the Liberal Party of Canada announcing the graduation of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and some other people being like if you should recognize like a new someone new on the scene that shares the same voice as Justin Trudeau, like don't like they're talking about them like they're VTubers graduating. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but I saw it and I thought it was so funny. Um, I'd have to see if I could find it again because it was just like I had it sent to me by a couple of people. I just laughed my head off. Like, why are we treating the prime minister resigning like a VTuber graduation? Stay down. Okay, shuffle you off to the side a little. More weight, more weight. Sit there. Okay. The YouTuber you watch was memeing about the Trudeau thing as well as the nonsense the past week is one of them. It's been strange. I don't know why I got related to a VTuber graduation. I didn't know. Yeah. So I think the announcement of the resignation was just a day or two ago. But then yeah, I've also seen like I've seen VTuber style graduation posts about the prime minister. It's just so weird. And that's your current event news from this channel. Although I am a little curious as to who will end up stepping in to replace him in the meantime until elections happen, because I think by trend of history, it never goes well for the person who has to step in to take over from the prime minister resigning. Like it just never goes well. I think the last time it happened, the person who took over like didn't even win the seat in their riding of the next election. It was rough. And like I don't think it even matters which party it is. It just does not go well. If I remember my Canadian history correctly. But he said he's going to sit there until after the election. Oh, did he? He may have. But either way, like even if he sits until the end of the next election, yeah, the resignation. Well, I guess like it's Canadian politics is kind of funny. We don't inherently like we do, but we don't directly elect the prime minister because it's just like whoever. It's just the lead of the party, so it's kind of a weird one to. Kind of a weird one sometimes. I don't want to get too into it because I'm not really that into politics, but yes, he's resigning from being head of the Liberal Party. But yeah, I guess they'll hold on for a little bit until they find a replacement. Or yeah, or until after the election, which could be until that's still quite a while though, because we hold our elections in October, generally speaking. Although I am curious to see how that's going to affect the post office. Every time the government flips, the post office goes a little bit wonky in the middle there for a bit. They're gonna crumble one by one. Yeah, where did you come from? Get off. There we go. So how does Canada handle history classes or social studies until sixth grade here, then seventh and 12th are alternating Texas, US, world politics. Really? Texas specifically? Or is it just because you're in Texas? Do all of the other states have to study about Texas? How did my social studies classes go? They're largely Canadian history up until I think about seventh grade or so. Seventh or ninth grade? And then like 10, 11, 12 all basically went to more world history. We as Texans take Texas history, 3 years of it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think for me, my education was yeah, just kind of general Canadian history, government, stuff like that for like yeah, up through like ninth grade or so, and then like there we touch upon the other countries and stuff, especially if they were tied in with the Canadian history. But then yeah, it went really more like world history in 10, 11, 12. I guess as you get old enough to talk about like the at least a little bit more age appropriate to talk about wars more openly about wars and stuff like that. But yeah, we didn't have like specifically a BC history kind of thing. Why did I do the whole bag? I don't know. Wasn't thinking. Guess we'll do the trees. Well, I've accidentally put glue on everything. A bit more open discussing war here. Like I think I'm trying to remember actually. We touched on it a little bit, but we didn't go really in depth into different wars and stuff like that until yeah, we were in later high school. From what I recall. As zombie plays. Look at the artwork. Hey Scribs! How's it going? Have you seen what the finished pieces look like? Here's what I got here. Grab Xanders. No, you've seen the finished pieces. That's what they look like. People just like pick their own colors and stuff like that, and I'll turn them into little holiday cards. At least until I write in them. It's good to see you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Oh. You know, it's funny. I almost ordered a chibi live 2D model yesterday. Almost. Did you bring all that at once, or did you knock them out? Some of them, some of them as I was knocking them out. Some of them I've been holding on to as I determine what to write in them. Our post office is still kind of backed up though, so I don't know if they're really going anywhere yet. Zombie. Like this is the first week of work where mail in volumes that we were expecting have really started showing up again. Like in full force. A very busy couple days. Love this song so much. One of your first memories is listening to in the car on a rainy day. Oh, I had a couple Dixie Chicks song I wanted to add as well. I better remember to do that later. Oh right, I also had right. Well, this one's almost over. I forgot to switch over to your song that was requested. It's still cute there. I can see it. Oddly enough, if I think of a rainy day car ride, I think of what's it called? Breathe, I think. It's that one in the late it's like 3 a.m. and I'm still awake writing this song or something like that. I think it's called Breathe. I think of that one on rainy days. Yep. What's the artist for that again? Is it Anna Malik? Also, is this? Oh no, the never ending one just starts really quiet. Let me see. Or is it 2 a.m.? It's 2 a.m. Ah, it's 2 a.m. Not 3 a.m. My bad. I'm gonna add it to that playlist. I'm gonna add this one too. And this one. There we go. Just before I forget, honestly. Well, I don't have as much international music as I used to have, though. I should really attempt to find some of my old music again, just to get them back on the list. Oh, there was another one that my friend had it playing in the car on their sound system, and I absolutely forgot that about of its existence. And it was like in the heat of the night. I can't remember who the artist was, but I heard that song and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I probably haven't heard this song in like 8 years. But I remember really liking it, like almost a decade ago. But I don't remember. I don't remember why I knew that song. This song is for you, buddy. Okay, Padgers. Gold 1, silver 2. Oh, so many pieces everywhere. It's for you and Artex. What did I do with my tweezers? Is this related to the horse somehow? Or is it from the Neverending Story movie? Movie, right? Movie? I don't think I've ever actually. No, wait, did I? Or am I thinking? I might be getting it mixed up. Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'm trying to remember if I've seen it or not. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, one more. Oh, there we go. Ah, glitter sticking to my fingies. Oh, don't go. Come back. Got so much flack today for the names of your bike and your laptop. Who's giving you flack for it? Santa was just wondering if it was named for the horse. Or do you mean like by the people repairing your stuff? Okay, let's go this way. I kind of also just remembered this one the other day too. I don't remember why they renamed themselves to the Chicks instead of the Dixie Chicks. I just how I was like, "Hey, what a minute! Someone knows our text." The folks at the repair shop remember upgrading your laptop and its name. When they called me, they brought up the scene of Simba nudging Mufasa's corpse. Oh my god! Oh, this is why you shouldn't have named it after him. It was doomed from the start. I'm not ready to back down. Round and round and round. Probably wouldn't if I could. That's pretty good though. if like very unfortunate, that's pretty good too. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite section of this song though. She ought to heard a difference. It's good. Bum, 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 bum. Looked it up because Dixie is a doting nickname for. Oh, so that's why. I always just knew Dixie Cup as being like the thing that you use to line cupcakes. I didn't realize it had another meaning to it as well. Ah, so that's why they just went to the Chicks. for considering the band being what it is, and even the creation of this song being what it is, I can totally understand why they changed it. Because I think, if I recall correctly, even this song about that part about them being told to just shut up and sing, because I think they had made some sort of commentary about the Iraq War at the time. Because I think this song came out in like 2006. I think they made a comment about the Iraq War and basically got that kind of feedback. Um, so I've always kind of known the Dixie Chicks to be a not a punk band, but a smidge of a rebellious streak in them. I joke sometimes about them being a punk band, but a streak of a rebellious rebellion in them. Dixie is a name for the South, just a regional name for it. Huh. One day out of the Buddhist center. Was it just a them thing, or is it like, because like, I don't know, you can have words that just in one region will be like, it just means this, but then like greater throughout the other regions, it's like, well, there's a little bit more of a negative connotation to that. You know, language, it evolves. They do languagey things. Oh, come on. See, the question though is, why would Dixie be the term for the South though? Like, what's that origin from? Like, why the word Dixie? Depends on where you are in the South, they still call it that. Yeah, but like, what's its word origin? And what came first, that or like the cupcake liner? I can't say I ever looked up the origin of the word, to be honest. Language does evolve, though. There are words that even just show up in anime and stuff like that that you'd never get away with saying nowadays. It was only like early first few years of the 2000s. Paper company. It's definitely post South naming. Okay, so if the if the if the Dixie Cup liner came after the naming for the South, then where did the South naming for it come from? Like, legit curious. I'm curious enough. I might actually just look it up later, even. Okay. Actually, you know what? For starting late, well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm done yet. I do have this whole back panel to do. For starting late, I think I'm actually making some pretty decent time. Silver skies? Silver skies. Yeah. Oh my god, again? Also, hey, Meerkat!
No, only war!
It's twice in one night. That's a new record size for Mr. Lion. How are you going, Meerkat? You're here to make many crimes in the name of the boss. Ryan send you? Wreak havoc in chaos? How are you? I hope you've had a good week so far. Hang on, I'll read that in just a sec. Just gotta get this piece in here. No, Ryan did not send me. Is that a stealth mission? You supplying your own background music? Wiki suggests there's no official definition of the region. Included areas have shifted over the years. The extent of the area covers most definitions include the U.S. states along the Mason-Dixie line. Oh, okay. Has succeeded in compromising the Confederate States of the U.S., almost always including Deep South. The term became popularized throughout the U.S. history by songs that nostalgically referred to the American South. Gotcha. The Mason-Dixie line. Okay, so that's the origin of it. Literally related to the Confederacy. Okay, there. Shuffle you up here. Yeah, I wasn't exactly in the country to be studying a whole lot of American history. Whoa, come here. Come back. Okay. It's one down in, not half bad time. Okay. One down. You should go sit over there. I'm gonna squish you with a box. Eh. Well, I did not put the lid back on that. Oopsies. Not quite glitter everywhere, but glitter in more places than I want it to be. Mason Dixie line is pre-Confederacy. But aren't they saying that essentially the line is what ended up becoming like the determining spot? So it may have pre-existed it, but doesn't that mean it's like it was part of what determined the like the general region when that part of history happened? Okay, that one's done. White, red, green, silver. This one. Here comes the rain. Political line drawn to establish which territories are allowed slavery upon statehood. So enough so that they adopted the Dixie part of it to refer to the southern states? I don't know. U.S. history is rife with stuff I don't totally understand. Like I said, it's not the history I had to study. I thank my lucky stars I only had to memorize 13 provinces and territories and their capital cities. Can't imagine having to do all 13 states. Or all 50 states. Uh, 20. 20. Yeah. 4. Bunny stand. Okay, so I guess that explains why its ties to the South are. Dixon was the southern person. But in that sense as well, that being the divide for if you may or may not own people, I don't know if that makes it much better. But then I also see why it was adopted. Like, it may have pre-existed it, but I can also now see why it was adopted by the Confederacy. Tom's. Tom's. There's no sense in pretending it didn't happen. It did happen. I just need to be better about it going forward. TOM. TOM. Nice and simple. Oh god, no, I don't want to get into tariffs. I don't want to talk about tariffs. We can get opinionated about things like that in place that's not here. Small history lessons I'm cool with, but no wait. He's doing green, huh? I want to do gold. I kind of like the gold, red, white. Eh. Oh, I'm still so glad my friend let me use the scrap from this stuff, from her gold invitations. Princeps, we're good. Like I said, we can talk about this one more in depth with opinions on it later. Okay. Like I said, I'm okay with stuff just being like history lessons. We're talking about where the naming convention this stuff came from. But this isn't the place to really get opinionated political. Mm-hmm. The tariffs aside, I could stand to have the Canadian dollar be a little stronger compared to the US one. It still seems fine against most other currencies that I compare it to, the yen and the pound sterling and such. But man, it is floundering against the US one. Ugh, it makes buying anything painful. Basically, anything I order on a US based website, I gotta stick an extra 44% on top of the cost. And that's my Canadian pricing. It's like, oh. Like I was saying, I was looking at the potential of a little chibi model. I got sent a model that had like opened up for commissions. It was like a your character here thingy, very quick turnaround time. Got sent a model by another friend, and them and a couple other people had all ordered this model, and they're like, "You should get one." Kind of like dip your toe in live 2D stuff like that. And I almost did, almost. I kind of had like a tentative spot reserved, but as I just kept thinking about it through the day, I'm like, I don't think this suits me. It's very cute. A lot of value to it for only like 120 bucks. Had like 14 toggles or something like that between different emotions, expressions. I mean, and like hand toggles and things like that for this little chibi. But yeah, the more I thought about it, I was like, I think I'm getting this for the wrong reasons. I think I'm considering getting this for the wrong reasons because I knew I wasn't that into the design when I kept thinking about it. I kind of just wanted it for the chance to try to fit in with to kind of just try to fit in with everybody else. Um, yeah, 120 USD, so it'd be running me 170 after 172 after conversion. And I was like, man, do I really want to fit in that badly? I really want to fit in at the cost of this thing and receiving a model that I'm like not that into, that doesn't speak to me. So in the end, I kind of ended up pulling the plug on the idea for that one. I'll figure out something someday. YouTubers are valid retubers. I've had a little bit of flack for being a PNG tuber. I have someone who kind of keeps telling me that they really want to see me go into live 2D, like for the sake of like they're like, I want to see you go further and stuff like that. They've kind of really been trying to push for me to go live 2D. I have had another stream before where like I was going to join some people for some stuff. Friends of friends kinda. But when they found out I was a PNG tuber, they didn't outright say no, but they were definitely pushing to try to have me use like a free to use live 2D model. I ended up not doing that collab because I was like, I don't like the vibe I'm getting from this, so I'm just gonna not. Unless they're paying for it, they can eat it. Yeah, no one else is gonna be paying for that thing but me. They're just linking it to me and stuff. And be like, look, the value is so good. You can like practice with live 2D or you can practice with toggles from like a mini one before you go to the full fledged one. They're looking out for me in that like they just wanna they think I'd really benefit from it. But yeah, that particular one. I was thinking it'd be neat because yeah, I'd match with them and a few others. I'm like, no, this design's just not speaking to me. It had a couple elements to it that I just wasn't a big fan of, like the eyes, for instance, were done in such a way because it's a your character here, so the base model is essentially laid out already. But the eyes were done in such a way that I was like, I'd lose the eye detail that I have in my design. And I like the eye detail I have in my design, so I was like, ah. There's that, and like the W mouth is cute in some things, but I didn't really like having it as a W mouth by default. Maybe if I were a cat, but I'm not. But they're like, yeah, this is the design. We don't really do changes for it because it's a your character here, and I'm like, that's totally fair. Artist choice, totally fair. I was like, I don't think it's for me. Yeah, I haven't had a ton of flack in the VTuber space for it, but I have definitely had some flack for the PNG part. Hey, Danny, how's it going? It's fair. I gotta be true to what feels right and fun. Yeah, I figured it better to wait on a decision that feels right uh than just jump into one for the sake of trying to fit in with other people. And good evening, Danny. How are you? Hope the week has been treating you well so far. You still like on your rotating strike thing? How's that going? So far, nothing. The nonsense discourse over the semi-true state of your model is hilariously branded. I still occasionally get notifications of likes from that discourse. It's been months now. I still occasionally get like a new like on my comment on there. You're back on rotation, but you can't sleep. No? Nerves or like just sleep schedule a little bit mucked up? Yeah, that discourse is a separate thing though. The what I'm talking about is just a chibi model that went on opened up for slots, commission slots on it. that I was told that I should seriously consider getting as like a stopgap sort of meanwhile thing. Sleep schedule just mucked. There is like a. Let's just bring it up since you mentioned catching flag for the PNG tubing. Oh yeah. No, no one will say that part out loud about PNG tubers not being valid. Everyone will say that a PNG tuber is valid, but then sometimes private chats and behind closed doors, people won't outright say it, but will definitely give the impression that they wish that you had live 2D instead. So it's not nothing. The authorities and general public are starting to notice exonia are rising, but tensions are rising. But so far, nothing is given away. How long has it been now? A couple months? Because you're going since before Christmas. October was it? You've been going since? Morning fields. Yeah, I'm not. It might drive that friend a little insane sometimes, but I've never really been one for rushing into decisions like that. Um, if it doesn't speak to me, it it's just not going to happen. It's basically how it is when it comes to me. That's for most things as well. It's why I don't really suffer from buyer's regret, is because I will, sometimes stuff will catch my attention immediately, and I'm like, yep, this thing is coming home with me, like right now, because it just catches my attention and it speaks to me. But yeah, if something, and especially the more money I have to spend on it, if something does not immediately speak, if something doesn't speak to me, and I give it some time and it doesn't grow on me, I just kind of know I'm like I shouldn't get it. Very rarely is my instinct in that regards proven me wrong. Raise heads on nameless ones. Yeah, especially because like if I bought that one, I'd probably be like I could have something else come along and then not necessarily want to get it because I'd be like, well, I've already sunk the money into this other one, and I should probably make full use of it. But I wouldn't get something that might suit me better. Your school started pretty late. You started around mid-December, but the earliest protest started early December, late November. Oh, okay, late November, I guess is what I'm thinking about then. I don't know why I thought it was going into October. My mistake. Because it's also kind of I guess part of the reason I give so much thought into it is because it's kind of this funny thing. I've heard from people. There's kind of that joke about like, oh, as a VTuber, you get your model done and you're already thinking about the next model, the next upgrade, and stuff like that, or the next design change. Um, I okay, hang on, we heard this one already. I know my playlist had to reset, but nope. But I don't really get that feeling. Even since I started last year in October and got the design for it done and stuff like that, there's not a whole lot I've wanted to change about this design. I've got the PNG, I've made a cosplay of myself and all that. I'm still quite happy with it. The only thing I really changed was uh, I clarified some eye details in the character. So I made I made a little bit of a design change in the power button eyeball, just mostly in color, mostly in its color to have it be yellow instead of like a black line. But it's still the exact same idea it was before of just being a power button symbol. At least you have time to read your near world guides. And how many pages was that thing again? It was, I've seen, it's quite hefty, isn't it? But no, I'll find something one day. I may start in the interim with like a chibi style, like a truly like little chibi style live 2D thingy. Unless like I really find somebody who can do a full body one at a good price at a quality I like and stuff like that. In a good timeline. But like my friend's not wrong in the regard of starting with something small to be able to test it out. At least it's a little bit less expensive to do too. I love to play near Damn It Mufasa. Yeah. First book's around 200, second's around 400. I don't know why I haven't finished it. Don't know. I don't know. I haven't finished the second one yet. I just remember you saying that how even the pods had like their waist, bust, chest measurement stuff. I thought that was so funny. It's just the same measurement the whole way down. Oh, I'm doing. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. I had to put the trees there anyway. It's like, shoot, I'm putting too much glue on. But no, it's fine. It's fine. I had to put the trees in there anyway. Oops. It is a little bit nutty for me to think I'm almost done these, though. There's a couple that I'm gonna do off stream because the recipients, I'll be meeting them this weekend anyway. Um, so I'll probably just get theirs done off to the side somewhere. Or done off on the side sometime. Oh man, twist a little more, a little less. There you go. Well, so the story that Prime Minister is telling is so funny. He's saying, and I'm paraphrasing his translation, basically said these are just small localized student groups that have been paid off by the EU, like the entire EU, to replace him and topple the Serbian government. Isn't this like a countrywide? Because you were saying, wasn't this a countrywide thing? It's multiple different schools, isn't it? Not just a single little student group. I'm gonna replace him with a lizard man. Okay. Can't imagine the entire EU paying off just like a single student group. It's every university, most high schools are joining as well. Yeah, I remember you saying it. It's quite a large thing that's happening. It's, yeah, definitely more than just a single student body, at least. And I guess whatever needs to be said to save face, right? Hey, Demi. How goes it? How are you? How was the rest of Bioshock the other night? Demi had basically told me that if I end up buying him a game, he played on stream. So Demi is expecting that I send him some very questionable game or something like that. I instead was like, value, value, value. Bought the entire Bioshock collection on sale. Which Bioshock? All of them. I guess the first one to start. But yeah, I was just like, don't play any game I send. Here's the entire collection at one time. What did you say, your Demi? It's kind of like your origin story because you played them way back on the original consoles. Your mistake, I understand. But they're the remastered versions. Have you noticed any, like, aside from graphical differences, did they change anything else, like little quality of life things compared to the first time you played them? I've still never actually played a Bioshock game, so. You either have a favorite Bioshock game or DLC. Oh, I guess that answers that question right there. I've never actually played a Bioshock game. I think I know the twist on the first one, and I think I know the twist on Infinite, but I've never actually played them. You think the lighting is too dark? Can you not adjust it? Doesn't it have one of those things like adjust the thing so this icon is really dark or so you can barely see it or whatever? I just might need to try to play Bioshock on a handheld or something. It was one of those games that like I said, I was in this kind of weird like 50-50 chance that a game in my in my adult years, this weird 50-50 chance that a game would make me start feeling sick. And Bioshock was one of those ones that started making me feel sick. Um don't know why, but it was. So I might. It could just be that I have to try playing on a handheld for it to just act chill with me. The first session is a good twist and have it spoiled, yeah, but it is admittedly like decade old at this point, 2 decades old. When did that game come out? I don't think there was any avoiding it after all these years. We've gotten 3 done so far, right? No, can you imagine? I'm not even 2 hours in, Xana. If I got 3 done tonight, that'd be amazing. So far. That'd be crazy. I'd have been like, you'd have to be like, what have you done with L.Y.K.A.I.O.S? Who are you and what have you done to L.Y.K.A.I.O.S? There's no way she'd be done 3 already. I'm not very fast. Quite difficult to move the large population here since most of the people are not internet savvy and only get their news from TV mainstream news channels, which is coincidentally extensively owned by people from the current ruling party. Oh, I see. She doesn't know about Best Game Bioshock 2. We still in it, lads. This is fair. This is fair. I think I really. Infinite is the one with Elizabeth. Elizabeth? Is her name Elizabeth? Lady in the blue, dark hair? How's it going, Cacti? I streamed 2 afterwards, but I won't play Infinite. I don't like where the plot went. That's fair. Fair, but did you play the Burial at Sea as well? Okay, so that is okay. So yeah, I know Infinite and I know 1, and I guess I don't know 2. Or if I do know 2, I've just gotten it mixed up with something within 1. One of the 2. And are those the main? Are those the only 3? 1, 2, Infinite? Is there DLCs? Let's see. The Arena DLC was bad. Oh, okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, it's about right. Well, okay, Automod. You felt Burial completed the entire series. So where in the like release timeline does Burial at Sea come into play? I just bought the collection for Demi. I don't actually know much of anything about what order everything played in. Danny, you have enough of the headache with this daily series. Stop talking about it if you guys don't mind. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I appreciate the explanation, but yeah, don't stress it out. I don't need like the entire story. I could always just look up the news if I really wanted to. Also, I don't want to get heated about it because stupidity if something's happening really pisses you off. Fair enough. I appreciate it. Thank you. The answer is yes. One. They released Clash in the Clouds, which is a horde mode. At the end featured a teaser of, "Hey kids, you want to go back to Rapture?" And then we went back to Rapture, and it was awful. I have no idea. Look, I know what you talked about for Rapture, but I have no idea what the rest of the context is on this. Okay, hang on a second. I'm pretty sure I started wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I've heard Rocket Man already today. Next. None of what I said. Wait. Agree to disagree on that one? Meanwhile, Minerva's then you play a Sigma who can throw acid black holes, none of which I say is a hyperbole. Maybe one day I will cave and get myself a Steam Deck, and then I can play it in handheld mode, and maybe it won't. No, I've never gotten sick from a handheld game, first person or otherwise. I think there's just something about the setup on a computer that now and again, just the right type of game makes me want to hurl. Of course, part of it is also how long I stick with it. Destiny made me want to throw up in a motion sickness way, and I just like persevered through it because I was stubborn and I had people asking me to play with them. I will often be stubborn about stuff like that in order to spend time with people. And eventually I got over it. Until we like stopped playing for some little bit of time in Sunday Root of Nightmares dungeon raid, and I was like, oh god, this MC Escher room's gonna make me hurl. Have a good stream, gotta see a guy about a rat. Oh no. Take care, Demi. I hope it's a good situation about seeing a guy about a rat. Is it Hamu? We're talking about Hamu? I have no idea. But take care, Demi. It's a checkup. Oh, okay. Character you play is called Subject Sigma. Only became funnier modern day. Seeing about. Oh yeah, don't worry. At this time of night, really? Oh no. Time for you to dip as well. Take care. Got a friend who wants to play a card game. Is it Balatro? All game is Balatro now. No, I'm just kidding. But no, have a good one, Rocket Wisdom. It's good. Thanks for hanging out. It's always good to see you too. Close you up. If anyone's seen Tom, tell him his card is almost finished. Red ones. Thanks, Smart Vodka. Sing my life on the wall. God, Scott Pilgrim is such a strange movie, such a strangely star-studded movie before they all became like Marvel heroes. Fun movie though. And again, you get a person who gets a little bit problematic with it because they start idolizing the main character. It's like, no, ain't main character dude's a piece of shit. Scott is not a good guy. He's just the protagonist. Also, a Canadian comic book series. Fun fact, if people didn't already know that. I feel like it's fairly commonly known that it's a Canadian series, but it's funny though. I actually got a. I've never read it. I somewhat recently acquired a box set of it though. It was like 20th anniversary. I was like, oh, I guess now's as good as time as ever. Life at a face guy punch it, yeah. Now, speaking of like star-studded cast and stuff like that, I don't know how, but I only just had the realization yesterday that Caitlin from Arcane is is voiced by the Scottish woman who played Cho Chang in the Harry Potter movies. It's funny because I always thought I'm like, oh, the name seems familiar, and I just didn't look any deeper into it. And then I looked deeper into it the other day, and I was like, oh, it's her. And then I was like, oh, no wonder I didn't think it was her because she's Scottish and she's definitely attempting or like doing like a more upper class English accent when she plays Caitlin. Although, like thinking about it, as some people mentioned too, she has a very odd moment where the Scottish apparently peeks through a little bit more. And then Jinx's actress is actually English, playing with like an American accent. So apparently Yoko's working on something new with a sound producer near the gameplay designer for Automata. They're not confirmed it's a Nier game or not, but the ending of the Nier anime wouldn't surprise me. Obligatory Blue Ranger line here. What was the Blue Ranger line, Hector? I watched Power Rangers, but like I was like 9. It was like that the old Power Rangers. Maybe a little younger than 9. I don't quite remember. It's been a long time though. Don't remember the line. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of other Nier thingy. They like despite how long ago the game came out, they keep very active. Anime, the books, the concerts. They've got an IP and it ain't going anywhere. The Nier fans sustained over decades. Just look up the video. I'm Scottish when you get the chance. Okay, I'll try to remember that later. Got banned from watching Power Rangers as a kid because you broke a lamp. Did you try emulating somebody's move and it just oopsies? Lamp casualty. This is killing me. The smile ran away from his face. Could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Yeah. And maybe, hopefully, if we're lucky, there's a God Hollow Knight Silk song may come out this year. Do you think that will? You think it will? When's the last time we heard literally anything about Silk Song? Except to hear about news that like there would be no news about Silk Song. I just think it's funny because there's like figures out for Silk Song. There's like a Nendroid of of uh the needle holder. And yet still no game. Hornet, thank you. Good point. However, there is always hope. We keep huffing the copium. Like a part of me wants to be like, look, they've got merchandise out. The game's gotta happen, right? But as every year progresses, I'm a little bit more like, I am not sure anymore. But there's been no news that they're not working on it, so I had just development hell, I guess. So someone come out with Valorant's account of 3 and Titanfall gets a new sequel. What are you doing here? Yeah, there's some copium in here, one can hope. My only worry is the longer something like this takes, and especially when people like start huffing the copium, they're like, it's taking this long, it's gonna be awesome, and then it's not awesome. And I get a little careful of getting too hyped for things when they go through a period like this. Even just like No Man's Sky. I remember the person I was dating at the time was so hyped for No Man's Sky and everything they pitched about procedurally generated planets and like billions of combinations of star systems or whatever the heck that was. And like, and it just, I remember them getting so hyped up about it. And I was like, I don't think anything that they put out is going to live up to what people are expecting now. Like I think they have overhyped themselves, and then No Man's Sky came out and kind of shit the bed. Like after Helen 2 came out, anything is possible. This is true. There's a certain insanity behind Sam Lake and Yoko Taro that you know what I totally believe it. Weren't the two of them? Or no, wait, it was Sam Lake took a picture of Kojima. Was it also Yoko Taro? I thought there was like a weird, like of those three, there's some funky combination of the two of them having lunch together that was recently on well, in the past few months on social media. Past few months, sometime in the past year, something like that. I never pay attention to hype. And then they fixed it, which is the biggest surprise. This is true. But unfortunately, I feel like at that point, like there were definitely some people who gave No Man's Sky a second try and were like, you know what, it's actually good now. But at the same time, like all of that hype they had at the beginning, they lost a lot of their reputation when it just did not meet what I suppose may have been frenzied over expectations. What was the other one that was kind of like that? I remember, might have been the Order 1776. I think might have been another one that had that kind of issue. I remember people being very hyped about it and then incredibly let down. Or maybe I'm also thinking of Starfield. But I just remember there being a couple within like my sort of friend circles of people being incredibly hyped for it. And I just had the gut feeling that it wasn't going to turn out so good. I mean, what we heard the Team Cherry PR guys, his main problem is controlling the two devs making it because they constantly come up with new ideas and new things to put in the game. But this interview was 2 years ago. Oh boy. Okay, 2 down. What time is it? I'm actually in pretty good time. That's crazy. Never works out like this. Okay, I am going to put us to commercial break because I need to use the bathroom. So this will go over here. Oh my god, there's so much stuff on my desk. Those. Just go over here. Just go over there. All of you. Over there. Okay. Squish that there. 7076, massive overhyped crap game that advertised a ton of werewolf fighting. You fight like 2 the entire game. So yeah, it probably was 7076 I was thinking of. I feel like there was probably one more. It might have been Starfield. Okay. Let me get the usual little guy up here. Mr. Whisker. I require your assistance. Doing a lullaby for you to come back home. Okay. This other thingy over here. Bit of a stretch. Okay. I'm gonna get this one going. The usual. Look at your screenshots, take your guesses. Try to beat Cactus Man to any grass things. Freeman is such a master. It was such a good show. I've seen it twice. I've been a little bit tempted to watch it a third time. Because every time I watch it, there's just a little bit more that I see. Like little details and stuff like that. And I'm like, God, the animation was gorgeous in this, and the attention to detail to this, and even just this guy putting on his coat. Thus begins my reign of blood. This is Cactar Hour now. But yes, Freeman. Beautiful show. I absolutely see why it took over a top anime spot from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood on so many different websites. Both of them are excellent shows. Like, in their own merits, and rightfully so. Trees. That's all Cactar needs. Grass or trees. Activate their passive. But okay, I will be back in a moment. Just gonna run to the bathroom and maybe grab myself a little snack. I can see a lot in my 144 mobile net resolution. I hope you're really good with pixels. I should have picked the retro category. You'd have been golden for it. It'd all be pixels anyway. It's okay. I'm about to nerf Cactar in a moment here because the ads are going to run, and then if they're on a computer, they can only see it in the tiny, tiny box. Good luck, and I'm sorry? Maybe I have to figure out what this one is.
You win.
Oh, the Talos Principle. Good job. Okay. I'm going to nerf Cactar for 3 minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll see you shortly.
You win. Chapters. Games. You win. Chapters. Games. You win. Chapters. Games. You win. Chat guess. Games? You win.
I was too slow.
Chat guess. Games?
Oh, why is it chilly? That's rock. That's lava? I don't even know what that is. An RTS game, maybe? I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Oh, it's on iOS and Android. Work in progress? I don't know. Goddess? Gemcraft? I don't recognize any of this.
You lose.
Albion Online. Interesting. Okay. Damn it, MMOs.
Chat
I've never
guess.
heard of Albion Online.
Games?
Your one weakness. You kind of learn about Final Fantasy, by extension through some of the rest of us. Vicariously. Osmosis.
Chat guess. Games?
That foot looks familiar to me. The glass looks familiar to me. This isn't like... What was it called? It's not a Dragon Age game, is it? No, maybe not. No, maybe so. Oh, I have no idea what that monster is. We did this before? Oh, did we? Oh, look, it's the same foot from a different angle. Or slightly differently panned screenshot. Okay, game, you can't just give us the same 2 screenshots, but slightly cropped differently. I can't remember from the last night.
You lose.
Oh, right. The guy with the hammer. The Reckoning. That was it. Kingdom of Amalur. Reckoning. Yes. I recognize the cover art from the last time. There's a couple thousand games in here, supposedly. I still get surprised sometimes that we get duplicates as often as we do. I did send off the screenshot for that Ancestors one or whatever it was. I sent it off to the developer. Or to their Discord in the category for this. I don't know how quick they are to fix it, but it's in there. We've notified them. Amalur has come out the past 3 streams, really? Oh my gosh. What are the chances? How is this controlled for RNG? I think we'll stop after this one. Oopsies. What is this? Xana pulled up a chicken nugget. Wasteland 2. Alrighty. How's our leaderboard looking? Oh, Cactar, look at you. Look at you. It's pulling ahead of the crowd. You're gonna take over the all-time at this rate. Maybe. Never mind. You got a little ways to go. I guess we've got a few months of points logged in here, and my ridiculous amount of testing. My points are overinflated by 26 points because I was trying to fix what was wrong with this game. Map no. Yeah, where's Map no at? Oh, one more. One more behind Map. Here, I'll give you one more round. I'll give you one more round to try to tie it up with Map now. But this is up to anybody. Someone else is sniper from you. See what you got. Your chance today. Tie it with map now. What is that? A lot of bullets going off?
You win.
There you go, Vanquish. You tied it with map now. Well done, well done. So that's the all-time then? Yeah, it's the tied, technically superseded, I guess, because you're the more active one right now. Sorry, map, no. Vanquish came up to you like 2 streams ago. There's not a lot I can do about it. The game just randomizes and often likes to randomize into stuff we've seen before. But there is, like, the library does have some, like, there's no way we've seen the entire library's worth up. Back to virtual gambling I go. The Latro time. Whose was I on? I finished up this one. We are on this one. Purple, yellow nameplate. I have been trying to look up other little things to put as like the in-between, as an in-between little game. I haven't quite found anything yet that I think will be suitable. I had one in mind. It was like that Suica game, but it's supposed to be able to be like the chat can play the Suica game, but I don't know how much of a mess that's gonna be. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. Because I think, yeah, the Suica game is just that one of like you combine tiny fruits to try to make it into a giant watermelon at the end. And yeah, I've seen a chat controlled version, but I don't know if I'd have enough time to even try to finish. Really. Hey, Bass, how's it going? Going strong on the card stuff. This might be like my second last stream of it, just based on how many I've got left. So I should have 5 more after this. A couple though I have to do. A couple of them I'll be doing off stream though. Just because like I'm visiting those people, or those people are visiting me. We're meeting halfway kind of sooner than later, so I'll probably be doing theirs off stream to just get theirs to them. Then otherwise, yeah, I'll probably have like one more stream of this, and then I'm all neat and tidy and caught up. 2024 finished in 2025, but at least I didn't get too far into 2025. But how are you doing, Bass? It's good to see you. Craft muscles go brr. How's how has Infinite Nikki been treating you? Are you still in way deep on that, or has it chilled out a little? My spacing on that 0 was weird. Doing alright. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. I hope your New Year and your Christmas were good. I'm forced to chill out because I'm back to work now. Oh, I see. The forced abstaining from game. But just think, you get work, you get paycheck, cash money, gotcha shop. No, I'm just kidding. Don't overdo it in the gotcha store on games like that. It's very dangerous. I don't even know what especially depending on what the poll. Maybe I'll wait on this guy's stamping. I'm gonna be using their proper name. Yeah, I will wait on stamping the name for this one. I can put the nameplate down at least. And your messed up sleep schedule. Nikki money! Got a guaranteed 5-star at least every other. Wait, every other poll? Really? So, like, wait, seriously? Every other poll is a 5-star? Oh, that's incredibly generous. If you're lucky, you can get 2. Oh, wow. That is incredibly generous. I assume like it's a 10 pull, right? So within a batch of like 20, one of them, well, you're not getting one 5-star, you're getting magnet. Oh, you have to collect several pieces. I see. Okay, so the outfit I guess is made of. Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. No, I could easily get more than 4 hours of sleep tonight. Xana, you probably should, but will I? Like, I'm like kind of pot called kettle black over here, but you probably should. Would probably be a good idea. Are you going to? Who knows? But wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, hey, Swordsman Studio VT, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Get some sleep, homie, both of you. You can't make me. I'm trying. I've been trying. Xana, sleeper, get the cast iron sleeping pill. Oh no. Just tech the death's door. I've been trying to be better about sleep this week. I've been trying. Hello, Hells. Okay. This one, I'm not gonna stamp the name on this one, if only because they've given me their real name to use. So I'm just gonna leave it out. This one is for Ramses, who we met when I was doing that really sudden Final Fantasy stream. They were one of the people. Yeah, they came by the chat. They got their mount. They joined us for some maps. They signed up for a card. You released off your phone at a reasonable time last night. I think I sent myself to bed to get away with like 7-ish hours of sleep. I usually try to sleep an odd number if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't really know. It's something about my sleep. My sleep cycle works better on waking up on odd number hours. Sounds kind of funky, but as I've discovered, that seems to be the case. I know Merry-Go-Round of Life is such a nice, calm, beautiful little song. I heard it played on kalimba. Very cute. Kind of makes me want one just to be able to do the same. Okay, pink and white. Like a slipping sleeping pills into your glue. You say that as if I'm allowing you to eat the glue Gana. Gana? The glue Xana. But I'm not. So I don't know where you're getting it from, but it ain't me. I need them glue sticks. You sleep 4 to 5 hours, that's it, unless you're sick. I used to function off of that. It's not great for me, I realize. But I did function off of that for the longest time because I'd be having to wake up at like 4:30 to get to work for 5. And I'm just not one of those types who can fall asleep early. So I just function on 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours a night. It's not great. It's not great. Your peak sleep conditions are don't wake me up between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. I don't function well. Yeah, I'd love to say that I had the same option. Well, it's kind of funny actually because my left in a situation wherein I don't have to get up for literally anything, like no stream schedule, no work, whatever jazz. Left to my own devices in that situation, my natural sleep schedule seems to be go to sleep at 7 a.m. and wake up at 3 p.m. That's just how my rhythm falls into naturally. But I can't do that most times, so I don't. But Santa, don't tell the non-glue lickers that we lick glue. When you're enlisted, they force you to take sleeping pills because your lack of sleep scared the officers. Are they allowed to do that? I'm a little surprised that they'd want any more drugs in the system than necessary. The schedule, I always sleep 9 a.m. and wake up at 5. You're real 9 to 5, right? Oh, really? 9 to 5. Yeah, it's, 7 to 3. 7 to 3 was mine. Absolutely no sleep schedule at all. Or no, like, waking schedule at all. 7 to 3 would be mine. You're a 9 to 5 in the wrong way that society wants. Yeah, I don't. I liked the work that I was doing on the 5 a.m. shift because I thought it was really interesting work because it was doing stuff with scheduling everybody and making sure the entire city was covered for staff and things. It was a challenge. I enjoyed it. Yeah, wake up time sucked. I feel like I didn't really need to be there at 5 in the morning, but you know what? The position called for 5 in the morning, and I was good at my job. And oh my god, did the wake up time fucking suck? They're allowed to demand you take steps to improve health, and that includes sleeping pills. Oh, interesting. If only I could get paid to sleep/nap. So, Xana, you just need to participate in some of those paid sleep studies. I don't know what they're studying anymore, but there's always some sort of paid study. You just got to find some college university student who's doing some sort of study that involves sleep, and they need volunteers, and they'll pay you for it. And there you go. You just sleep. You just sleep for money. It's perfect. I can hear. Speaking of sleep, I can hear my cat snoring. I can hear one of my cats snoring, and I definitely know which cat it is. This is the orangey one. There's a fair chance you get into MK Ultra if you get paid to sleep now. You've been in a cafe for like 2 years, so you learned your Gucci waking up at 4 a.m. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't like waking up at that time. I will stay up until 4 a.m. Like I am happy to greet 4 to 7 a.m. if I'm staying up for it. But man, do I ever not want to wake up for it. I still can test the effects of these bees on a person overdosing in NyQuil. It'll be fine. The orange snooze machine. He's so funny because like he's is your face still tucked into your brother's butt? No, not anymore. He likes to just stuff his face right in his brother's plush fuzzy behind and sleep like that. And I'm like, you're getting a nose full of fluff every time you do that. I don't know how you stand to sleep like that, buddy. What a true orange cat. No thoughts, just comfy. Composing hallelujah. Wait a second. Am I doing the right side? Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah, my orange cat has this. He just likes to sleep on his brother. Like there's the cat tree, and there's like 4 different like pots that they could sleep in, and like orange cat is like, yes, this one that my brother is already occupying. I shall lay right on top of him. This is the perfect spot. And his brother just for some reason just kind of begrudgingly puts up with it. I think it's because he gets groomed. So he's like, fine, I'll deal. Is your orange a chonker garf or a race car? Mine's a bit of a chunky boy. I don't even know why my cats are chunky boys. They feed they eat on a fixed diet and stuff like that. They have 2 floors to run. They don't always run around both floors, but they have 2 floors to run up and down. Open space, windows to watch the birds out of, and they just fat. But yeah, they don't free feed or anything. I control their portions, and they just chonk. Oh no, the snow you had incoming, just you didn't even get the chance to see it. Just gone. Oh, Xana. No snowball or snow wheel today, I suppose. Might come back? Are your temperatures still getting colder, or are they on the rise again now for you? Like I suspect where I am, it's gonna have a pretty late snow because we haven't had any yet for this winter. This standard sibling behavior. Sort of orange cats have 2 modes: ka-chow or garf. Yeah, basically. He's fast when he needs to be, but he is otherwise he's a pretty lazy, chunky, blobby boy. Snow isn't real, it's just Yankee propaganda. Snow is real in Xana's heart. And that one photo they sent. It's not someone who sees. I'm gonna take one more dip Friday morning, and they're back above 32. Besides the wind chill, I think this was kind of like your one chance of snow of the year, probably, possibly. Just was what a ton. That would be good. February is probably your best bet, but no telling. Gotcha. What? Wait, last year you walked in a bit too much snow and the soles of your boots split in half? How? Just from like I guess because all of the salt degraded it or something? That's nuts. The way the climate's been, we can expect snow until maybe April. I do remember the oddball time, even like 10ish years ago, the very oddball time I saw snow in April. It was weird. I feel like I haven't seen snow in April in a while now though. But I was fairly surprised to see we didn't even get any of it, or at least where I am. Certain parts a little bit further north did get some in December, but the area I'm in has definitely not had any whatsoever yet. Snow come back in the grip space and you walk about without making it clear. Oh, so it just bursts. Interesting. Snow while I'm Ren Fair. I could die happy. So the Ren Fair would just die? No. Would you want snow at a Ren Fair? Wouldn't that probably shut down most of the Ren Fair? I thought there was kind of expected for spring summer weather. Don't give in to the Yankee beer campaign. With the snare. Scarborough Renaissance Fair open rain or shine. But it doesn't say anything about snow though. Snow is neither rain nor shine. Okay, you could get you less. Oh, I love her music. Also, oh yeah, I just realized my music player now playing thing is functioning again. It's not just telling me it has an update. No, her music is like so easy to pick out. Okay, this one I definitely heard because I opened up stream with this one. Try not to have too many duplicates. It's such a fun weekend there, though. I'm sure, like, well, I don't. Yeah, I guess if they stay open for rain, like, how much worse could snow be? Besides people getting there in their cars, I suppose. I'm sure they can make a day of it. Make it out alive, so. Blue. Prove yourself and. So I guess what determines when a Ren Fair runs? Admittedly, I'd always kind of had the impressions of Ren Fairs being like not an August, a fall thing, like a September, or I guess maybe August, like September, October kind of thing. I don't know why I associate them with autumn. but I don't. But like at the same time, I've never been to a Ren fair. We don't hold Ren fairs here, so it's not like I really have any basis off of it. But yeah, for some reason, I've always associated them being a fall thing. Go prove yourself in. You have yours in November. You have one in spring and in fall. At least the two that you go to. Oh, okay. Never been or heard of when Ren first happened. I just saw a few LARPers in high school. And first, you like the late summer through mid autumn thing. Yeah, that's kind of what my impression always was too. Like when the weather's still good enough to not have to be bundled up. It's like an autumn type of dealio. But yeah, September, August being late summer, summer to August, or summer to autumn. Like I said, no real basis for it because we don't have them where I am. I wouldn't actually know. Remember Oh, and then we had the announcements of the new GPUs like happened yesterday. Because like the Consumer Electronics Show is this week. I think it officially started today. The Consumer Electronics Show officially started today, but they had a keynote thing yesterday that's talking about like the 5,000 line of cards and how like the 5070 is supposed to be as strong as the 490s, but at like half the price. And then there's like the 5080s and the 5090s, which are still astronomically expensive. And I'm like, is this my chance? Is this when I shall finally get myself a new graphics card? Requested off for the Artisan Weekend again this year. Hell yeah. Artisan Weekend? Are you gonna go sell stuff, or is it a place to go buy stuff? Or I guess, is it a place that you'll go buy stuff? Like, what's the Artisan Weekend for you? I don't know what that is. I can only I'm just picturing artist market in my head. That's my best guess. I don't know what to say. But yeah, computer parts. I'm the plan. The hope is by end of January. My hope is that some of the 4,000 lines card drop in price a little bit, and I can finally buy myself like a 4070 and just be good for like another almost decade or something. Kind of the hope. It's kind of the hope. I'm still holding on to. I'm still sitting on a card that I've been using my 1070 for about a decade. It has served me well. It has been serving me well still, even despite like the streaming stuff. I really thought that might have been the kicker where it wasn't going to happen anymore. But I do it is due in for an upgrade. Love is such an easy game to play. Bro, I can barely wrap my head around the fact that 1 terabyte can be so normal that USB sticks are bigger than 32 gigabytes. Oh, I know, it's kind of nuts. I was talking, because a week or two ago, on one of the streams, I was talking about like my very, very first MP3 player. My very first MP3 player. It wasn't even an iPod. Don't even remember what company it was. It was 128 megabytes. And it was like, it wasn't the best thing on the market at the time because I think Apple had just released not their slim nanos, but iPods had their minis, which are still fairly chunky things that had like 2 gigabytes or something in them. And I had an MP3 player. Like, but those were like I think brand new on the line. But yeah, I remember having an MP3 player like a year or something before that, with yeah, like 128 gigabytes on it or 128 megabytes on it. And it was like, whoa! And it took a AAA battery in the back. Santa, you just voted on best stall for the year. You also get like free tickets for spending certain amounts, and you should get discounts on stuff. Oh, that's neat. I want to go to a Ren fair. All the GPU numbers just go swoosh. What a good GPU. Go pat pat. I know the At least like I know the Nvidia number go up. The AMD ones, I have no idea what AMD numbering is like. I'm just like, yep, that's a number. I assume number go up, but I have no idea what its equivalent is in Nvidia. Also, hey Rye, how's it going? Are you up weirdly early or are you up unfortunately late? How is it going? Man, your first MP3 player was one that was basically just a USB stick. I know, and just sticks having like no memory whatsoever. And even just I see like the M2 drives for computers now, like the solid state drives M2 drive, it's like this big. It's a skinny little stick, like this big, and it holds like a terabyte or whatever. I'm like, my god, I love technology. We've come so far. It's super early for you. I'm passing out hard. Oh no, you hate it. That's fair. Can't blame me for hating it, but oof. Is it just kind of nutty getting everything up and running again? It was so small yet chunky. Yeah, I think I remember getting not too long after I got an iPod Nano. That skinny little white one. I think they had white and black ones. It was 4 gigabytes. It was like the first iteration that had a color screen on it. And I remember being like temporarily so popular because I was one of the first people uh in school to have gotten one. I still have it somewhere and it technically still plays music, but it died when like I was in I was in a doing an after school sewing thing and someone had nothing malicious. Someone had kind of playfully thrown some fabric over my head, but it was like a polyester. And that fabric being a polyester with my hair and stuff like that had like this incredible static discharge, and like I had a wired earbuds in at the time, and I felt that charge like zap me in the ears or something, and it must have gone down the cable or something like that because it fried uh it fried my iPod screen. The iPod itself would still play any music that was on there, but half of the screen wasn't working anymore because of that static discharge. I'd had the iPod for years at that point, so it wasn't a total absolute waste of a new item. But but yeah, I was like, huh. I tried recharging it again years later after like iPhones became a thing and like other iPods became things. I tried recharging it again years later, see if it still worked, and yeah, it still plays music, but the screen is still totally borked. It's too bad. I really like that little unit. Sometimes I have the craving for a dedicated music player that's not just literally everything in one spot. Sometimes. You have a 150 or 512 gigabyte micro SD card in this laptop. I know, it's nuts, right? They're so small now. Nanos are cool, not so much these days now that we know they're basically bombs. All my MP3 players are totally retired now. My CD player from 2001 still gets used. Oh my gosh, that's great. Also, Cactar, what do you mean by or do you mean like battery bloat issue? Reminder, if you haven't already in the previous year or so, go check your SPs and DSs and PSPs and stuff like that. Battery bloat is a thing. I had to throw out a few. Lithium battery? Yeah, okay. Gonna be at the fair the same week as Jacques. Oh, I know of that name. V's told me of that person. Does he still perform with his dad? Or whether he took over for his dad? I don't remember. One blue and gold. So that name still makes me laugh. Jacques the Whipper. Miss your iPod is engraved on the FMA quote because that was cool like that. I had a one of those other nanos, like the square one that had no physical button or it had no wheel on it. The square ones, I got one of those in red with an engraving on the back of it. It was like a French saying. Um, Spicy pillow issue. Your PSP battery is popping. So I have a little bit of a concerning issue with my PSP battery in that I don't know where it is. At some point, and I see the only problem is I don't I'm not good about checking every single year. So I either had a year where I checked my PSP battery and it was bad and I threw it out and I never got a new one, or I took my PSP battery out with the thought of like not wanting it contained within the console to either avoid ruining the console's like chassis or to avoid like corrosion from the battery not being in use. I don't know where the battery is anymore. Boy. Due to how the Nano is built, the battery is snug inside the Nano cannot be removed. Okay, Nano around here had that issue. Thankfully, the battery acid just leaked out instead of fire. Yeah, I don't know where that PSP battery is. But yeah, I had to empty out I had to take apart and take out the batteries and a bunch of my DSs and stuff like that. I checked everyone, like everyone who lives here. I just checked all of our batteries because I had the screwdrivers and stuff anyway to do so. If it isn't in the device, that's kind of a win, I guess. Hey, Ramses, I'm working on yours right now. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope you've been having a good week so far. Yeah, you've caught me right in the midst of putting the snowflakes in yours. I've got it kind of squished under there to let part of it flatten right now. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. I have like not that I'm gonna do them all tonight. I've got like yours and then one more to finish tonight, and then I have like 5-ish left overall, and I think I'm done. Yeah, I'll show you in a bit once I finish getting the house and everything put in there. What the finished piece looks like. I haven't put your name on it yet because I figure you gave me a real name, so I'll for most people their real names I'm just stamping them. Oopsies, I'm just stamping them off camera, just for privacy reasons, you know. Thank you again. Oh yeah, it's my pleasure. Like I said, I started doing this thing like this and the Christmas ornaments in 2023. I did them as a thank you to people for like just coming here, following, hanging out, stuff like that. 2, 5. So yeah, it's my little way of giving back to the community with like a physical token of my appreciation to anybody who trusts me with their address. Which I realize is a big ask sometimes for people, especially like VTubers and stuff. We get told so much as youngsters of like, don't trust anybody, don't give your address away online. Which, fair enough, fair lesson. So to ask for it is like, yeah, it's no pressure, but if you want, I will send. I swear, no funny business. But yeah, how you been? How's the week been for you so far? No, it's only Tuesday, but big stick, Brent. Oh right. I have to admit, I have to put your mask into the pond still. I forgot. I'm sorry. There you go. I can't remember if I did or didn't. I think you did. I think you did. Week's been good so far. It's good to hear. Good to hear. It's been my sense of the days has gone a little bit wonky because I work the Sunday where I don't usually work a Sunday, so I'm gonna be doing a 6-day week this week, and I'm just kind of like, what day is it? It's Wednesday, right? People are like, no, it's Tuesday. I'm like, Tuesday, yes. Still waiting for user to become not swamped for the other. Also, Rye, I don't know if you have an in of knowledge. We had somebody join. Is user, I assume, still doing more VTuber models? I was told, I don't know why, I was under the impression that she was taking a break from VTuber models, but at the same time we also just had somebody else added to the family art Discord, who I can only assume is getting a model from user. It definitely threw you off. Yeah, I'm like, Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. Don't get ahead of myself. Whomst. Um, they go by. They used to be known as Maya, and funnily enough, I didn't know them, but I knew of them coincidentally. They used to go by Maya. They were like a Quetzalcoatl librarian or something, and they're rebranding. It's funny, they're rebranding to a fallen angel that looks a lot like 2.0V. But I think they're going by Yari now. or Y-A-R-I, Yari. I don't exactly know what the pronunciation is supposed to be like on that, but yeah, they're in the family Discord, so I can only imagine that means that they should be getting a user model. But yeah, at the same time, for some reason, I was under the impression that user was taking a bit of a VTuber break. No idea. Okay, I just thought if anybody might know, it'd be you. Rai's got the privy to the secret knowledge sometimes. AFC meets every Wednesday, so not sure if he'll be around. Oh, that's alright. I don't usually stream on Wednesdays anyway. I typically take Wednesdays off. It kind of depends how things are going for life and scheduling and stuff like that. I often take Wednesdays off. Although I am considering, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So like Friday, I'm gonna do Cult of the Lamb just because I miss playing Cult of the Lamb. Which will be fun, Ramses. If you're around on Friday, Cult of the Lamb has Twitch integration. So there's a whole bunch of people who just have their names linked in Twitch for Cult of the Lamb, and I try my damnedest to keep everybody alive frantically. um, but yeah, I'll be playing that on Friday evening, and then depending on how I feel Friday going into Saturday, I may have a really impromptu stream on Saturday. I'm gonna call a Cthulhu thing over on V's channel again on Saturday, like 3 Pacific. But before that, because I usually go live at like noon Pacific, I might hold this stream. I don't know what of. It might just be more Final Fantasy or something. Something that like I won't get myself tied into for too long because I would definitely have to be out after like 2 hours or after 3 hours. Or at the 3 hour mark rather. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I want to cut it that close. It'd definitely be a case of I stream and then immediately raid into the channel that I'm supposed to go play Call of Cthulhu in, but we'll see. Join the cult, nothing bad will happen to you. I'm doing my best. Right now, I think I only have one more person I actually need to bring back to life. I think I only have one more person I need to bring back to life, and then I literally have everybody with a Twitch name that's up and running and alive. It also just means I have like 70 people running around, and it's sometimes very hard to keep track of everybody. She's been focusing on other art over VTubers. I'm not sure if she stopped. I'm excited. To enjoy the club streams. They're silly. They're silly. They're hectic. They're silly, and I'm always yelling at Maddie to stop fighting all the other campers. Did someone say Final Fantasy? I might on Saturday. You're all stacked back up on hundreds map. We could do a little bit of map night stuff. We could do a bit of map stuff. Machine is mentioned. So right, yeah. So you're 50. Are you at the point that you can use it for the story now? I can't remember how much Heavensward you'd actually gotten into if you're right at the cusp of starting it. So you just play Machinist through all of Heavensward. You know, wouldn't it be funny if you hated Machinist? Be so unfortunate. Oh, you've just been playing it on work breaks? Have you just been grinding like the same dungeon repeatedly? Oh, you need level 57. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Couldn't remember how far along you were. I just remembered you had seen the vault part. So I guess, yeah, you wouldn't just be at 50. Leveling relentlessly. Oh, gotcha. Don't forget, there's the New Year's event up for one more week. You can get yourself, is it a tiny bit of furniture, like a poster or something? Anyway, the one thing I remember from the New Year's event is there's a minion. There is a very scree minion up for grabs in the New Year's event if you have not already. Yeah, I need to do that, so do I. I gotta do it before I forget. Don't you poof furniture. I like housing. I see if I ever have a use for that. I keep getting so much, and I'm like, I swapped out a little bit from like the winter event, had those like cups of basically apple cider. Um, so I've got those. And I swapped up a couple cups in my house that had like coffee and stuff, and just put cider there instead for a while. The machinist where we work in Shadowbringers revived it. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I've never actually played a machinist. I and this is kind of nuts to admit. I did get one. I bought a thingy. Sec. Oh, put this over here. I got a level skip thingy on a machinist because um there was my FC's lead likes to do custom like stickers in the Discord for anyone who's of a certain rank within the FC. And I wanted mine to be basically like pointing up, like this, my character pointing up at the comment above it. And the closest I could get was this machinist thing with like the finger guns to do it. But there was also like a particular piece of glamour. And man, did I ever do this the not financially smart way? Because I really should have just downloaded Glamour and made the other guy download Penumbra or something and done it that way. But no, I level skipped the machinist to be able to wear a specific piece of gear for the glamour for this sticker. To get your fortune, get your fortune. Your housing space I can decorate it all covered in food. Not all of us can afford a house. Do you need a loan? You actually need the luck more than you need the loan. The loan is easy. If someone legitimately needed the money for a small house and could like pay me back over time or something, or just give it back to me if they lost, like I would probably help fund some people's like small house lottery ticket. But you need the luck to get that damn house. Then again, Xana, you could always just buy an apartment or an FC room. You made machinist from Shadowbringers and people question your sanity. The only grief so far is I love my little turret boy, but it takes so long to get him in the last like 10 seconds. Turret boy? You mean the machine queen? IRL, right? Wait, what do you. It was still what, half a mil? No. Quarter million, I think. Well, actually, no. The apartment might be a half mil. An FC room, I believe, is a quarter mil. The FC room, admittedly, the FC room and the apartment room, exact same size. Theft is also an option. We do have a gun after all. It's a turret first. Oh, a turret first then gets upgraded to clean at like level 80. Gotcha. You traded on the board for a whole vacation, made 2 mil, and never again. Crafting. Crafting's where it at. You just have to get your crafters leveled up, and then you just have to make stuff to either sell like gear to sell to the raiders, or like crafting potions to sell to the other crafters, or like furniture to sell to the housing people. That's usually like I have a very small chat of like 3 of us that whenever a new patch drops is I do the small analysis of what furniture I think will sell well and get the other 2 people to craft it and see if we can sell a whole bunch. So like a couple patches ago there was like the Stargazer deck for as an outdoor furniture piece. And I think yeah, Stargazer deck as a furniture piece. Made and sold a whole bunch of those. And I think we made about six, not each, but collectively made about 60 million off of those in like a day. Yeah, just gotta follow them market trends or predict what the market trend may be. What was another thing that was really popular that was selling for a while? Like the outdoor swimming pool did quite well for a while too. Have returned. Metal Gear Solid 3 finished installing. Oh, nice. First time playing it? Also, the game really wants you to wear the Jester armor. It's telling me something. Right. Have you not got. Actually, no, that is a good point, because I've seen your screenshots from other stuff. Have you not got glamour prisms yet? Have you not learned how to glamour gear yet? You were like way past the point you could start glamoring gear. It's like a level 15 thing. So you can just wear whatever gear you have to wear and then put like a transmog over it. You love crafting. You just collect fine sand, make large batches of mortar. Oh, that's smart too. That's smart too. I should remember to do that. I descent a lot of fish. And things you think are pretty. You're afraid to collect a lot of stuff, cleaning out inventory in the market where makes a good chunk of money. That's true too. I also used to make a lot of money off of music. Um, like faded orchestrion rolls or some different song pieces would go for like absolutely nothing, like 1 or 2 gil. And then if you had the crafter to be able to bump that up into a full-fledged orchestrion roll, you could flip it for like 20,000 sometimes, depending on what song it was. Pray return to the waking sands. Talk to the NPC in the plaza. I do because I had it for the cool mech-esque armor on your Dragoon, but I don't want to waste until I get higher level. Oh, okay, that's fair. Wait, you don't want to waste it. Wait, what are you? Are you using a glamour prism one at a time whenever you put the gear on instead of using your glamour? Or are you using your glamour dresser, Rye? If you use your glamour dresser, you set your glamour one time on a plate. You use like the equivalent crystals you need for each of that piece of gear within the glamour plate, and then that's it. So you use like if you filled up like every body and ring and head and neck slot and stuff, you use like 10 crystals, and then you just keep applying that plate repeatedly every time you change your gear. You shouldn't have to. You need to look at glamour dressers. You have to go look up a glamour dresser. You only access them from the inns. Pray return to the inn room and touch the glamour dresser. Yep. You're hyped for Metal Gear Delta. Wait, I didn't even know there was another Metal Gear game coming out. What is Delta? I I somehow had not heard anything about it until now. What the heck is Metal Gear Delta? Alright, we will have to teach you about glamour dressers. It will save yourself from prisms. Started playing Death Stranding for the first time last week. Oh, how are you doing with that? Or how's it going? How are you enjoying it? Norman Reedus and his funky fetus, as I like to call it, because I can never remember the actual character's name. Sam? Nathan? I don't know. Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. Really enjoying it. That's good to hear. I remember kind of the complaints being like, oh, it's just a walking sim, but I feel like a lot of people liked it despite all the complaints I was hearing of that. Teach me this weekend. I have to see if I have time. I'm away on Sunday. It's part of why I'm not holding a stream on Sundays. I'm out of town visiting some people. Glamour's like your favorite part of 14. Oh no. Fashion is the end game. That's the joke, right? Most games, fashion is the end game. Myself and a couple other people, like myself and another person who have never done any sort of hard end game rating, suddenly want to tackle like the second hardest content in the game, all for the sake of glamour. Where are you going? Oh, I'm just taking a ferry over to the mainland situation. I've just got a couple people visiting, and I said I'd meet them halfway instead of them making their way out to where I am. Okay. It's not totally dry, so I'm gonna go back to squishing it under a book or something. Yeah, Ramses, there's yours. Snowflakes are getting a little stuck. But yeah, I'll stamp your name a little bit later. You normally just refer to him as Norman Reedus too. Oh, good. It's not just me. So yours is finished, and yeah, I'll stamp your name later. We got one more to go. Sam Porter Bridges. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna try to attempt the Criterion Savage dungeons, which are supposed to be like basically dungeons with ultimate tier difficulty, because they have to be. You got to play it deathless, unless you bite it like right at the very last boss. Someone could bite at the very last boss, but you pretty much otherwise have to play a perfect deathless game. Looks amazing. Hey, you picked the colors. But yeah, I'll show it. I'll take a proper picture a little bit later once everything has dried a little bit more, and I can actually fold the cards over. I'm just gonna go put it down right now, squish it under a book. Thank you, you're welcome. Like I said, my pleasure. It's been nice having you. Oops, not this one. It's been nice having you here and just having you hang out and stuff. That goes here, that goes there. There we go. Under the book. Okay, one more card for the evening. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Have you guys seen the parody version of this song? I don't know if somebody actually sang it, but if somebody at least wrote the lyrics of this in a parody for Red Mage, it's like white and then black, and then white and then black, or something like that. Zana, you're strictly flipping through Skybuilder mats, buying them anytime someone sold it for 1 to 2, flipping them at 3 to 400, that, selling the Kugane umbrella for twice the people who didn't know better. You're a terrible person. I honestly, I'm no better. Certain things, certain furniture items, especially when they're brand new and people don't realize they're not a craftable thing, and it's like, yeah, you just go buy this from an NPC, and I go, people are paying 5 times the price for this, despite the fact that it's right here from the NPC. You're not the only ones in. I definitely do it too. I know a few other people who do as well. Purple, white plate. The convenience of the market board is a market in and of itself. It really is. It really is. Also, right. Thank you for the bits. This is payments rendered for glamour dresser services later. Just kidding. Another one in purple. I had 10 bits apparently. But yeah, there is. You're right though. There is something to be said about just straight up the convenience of the market board. Some people are like, no, I know that I can buy this from a vendor over there, but they feel that the time isn't worth it to go locate said vendor from wherever to get said thing. They're just like, I'll just pay the slightly jacked up market board price. Glamour 101 this weekend, yeah. Maybe that's what happened. We'll stream Final Fantasy on Saturday at like noon Pacific, and it'll be like baby's first glamour dresser lesson and then maps. I don't know. It's fun to drip good. And like Rye is admittedly like I've played Destiny with Rye. Rye is all in for glamour and drip. Usually like pretty much every new season of Destiny, Rye would be putting together a new look to fit the season. I kinda miss it. I kinda miss it sometimes. I miss the pickup groups basically. I never really it was kinda funny because I was in a Discord VC the other night, chatting with some people, and they were basically going through some old clips from like 4 or 5 years ago of like groups of them playing like uh, Warzone and stuff like that, and just old funny clips that various people had taken, or some had like remixed the music and things. I'm kind of jealous. Kind of jealous. I never really had a group of friends like that growing up because I wasn't much of an online person. So it was very much just like my brother and I would play console games like together. Um, I was kind of jealous of that history that they all had. We just had people who'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go do a thing. You want to join us?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Man, I wish I had that when I was younger." Step one: your chocobo saddlebag is for dice. The saddlebag is for fishing bait. Oh my god, we need a tackle box so badly. I pray one day we get a tackle box. This person used his real name too. No, okay, no, I'm not gonna put his name on there. I'll just glue this thingy down and put his name on later too. I know which one it is. You keep all your dice. You guys keep all your wait. You guys keep your dice in your saddlebag, really? Do you find like are you dyeing stuff on the fly often? I keep all my dies in a retainer. Maybe I just don't hit. No, it's not even that. Because like if I decided to check out a venue thing, I usually set up my outfit beforehand. Very rarely do I find myself needing a dye on hand right there. I don't know. It's like tackle box feels realistic. I know, right? It's like why we have so much fishing bait. There's so much fishing bait. Why is a tackle box not a thing yet? Is it light blue or dark blue? It's light blue. Actually, I'll look at gold for his too. Let's see. I haven't used enough of the gold. I have a lot of it. little bit of shimmer and shine. Already got the big game fishing where you can temp hold your fish in your pockets. I know, right? It's funny. There's in your inventory because your retainers are full. I need to clean mine up too, admittedly. My retainers are a bit of a mess. I kind of have a general organization of who holds what, but it's also like, ooh, I'm letting it fall into disarray. You're jumping back in tomorrow for Destiny. Clan Leader wants to try a new exotic mission. I have not kept up. I haven't touched the game in like months. Meerkat, you also made console games, but as of late, you've been trying to save up for a new PC as I feel your laptop is nearing the end. I've got my eyeball on a new graphics card. I'm really hoping that the 4000 line drops in price now that the 5000 lines has been announced because I'm running a graphics card from like 9 years ago still. It's been holding up surprisingly well. My 1070 Ti has been a workhorse for me, but like, oh my god, I am at the point I need to upgrade. Not the type to do arts and crafts. No, that's totally fair. No one ever said you had to. I've always just kind of been the crafty type, so at least as far as streaming goes, it was quite. I always knew like I do a bit of gaming, but I always knew I was going to at least have some degree of crafting in here, and it's kind of nice. The crafting allows me to chit chat more. There's kind of a reason why I usually title the streams like a crafting chat because it's just a talking moment. It's just time to talk to people as I like busy my hands and make stuff. Y'all gotta declutter. Look, there's a lot of stuff to be. There's a lot of stuff in that game. What if I need it later? Like, remember how I offered to clear your vault? And did you want to run through my FF inventory? Like, tell me if I can keep or get rid of stuff. So, one, I'm not going to know the Final Fantasy inventory as well as you know your Destiny vault because there's just so much stuff in Final Fantasy. But two, we're going to talk illegal stuff a little bit here, so avert thine ears for all who are inclined. There was a mod I would suggest that you get, Rye, because this mod basically tells you what stuff is selling for on the market board. You hover the item and it tells you what the item is selling for on like your region's market, like your data centers, your server's market board, and then the cheapest one on your entire data center. And that's what I use as my basis of if I keep something or not. If something is worth over X amount of gil on the market board, I will keep it. If it's worth like 2, I toss it or sell it. 40 series are power hungry? I don't know, are they? My PSU right now is a 750. I was looking up some stuff before, and like it was saying that a 750 should be fine for a 4070, but that's what I got. So hopefully it's good. You're finding your free Fantasia in the last slot of your retainer after having bought 2 more. Oh no! I'm not going for a PC that could run better than NAS. I just want to play games other than low settings without burning a hole through my desk. Yeah, that's fair. I got so used to the low graphics setting life that when I finally like at the time when I did get a proper PC build with like an updated graphics card, I'm like, what is this life? Is this what I've been missing the whole time? But I'm still not like I still know how to deal with low graphics because yeah, I am now a card that is 10 years old, so I've but like I said, my 1070 has still been a pretty decent workhorse for me. I'm not doing any sort of ray tracing and stuff like that, but the stuff I play, I still am playing generally on like a medium high graphic. To my great surprise, I still want to cheer sit everywhere. Well, I gotta cheat to RP. This is fair. I know there's some of those sit emotes. I'm like, why can't I just sit on the ledge of the thing using this? You log down the Starlight Stall, you're still there. Oh, I'm a little surprised I didn't boot you out of that, to be honest. 750 of suffice. You may want to upgrade in the future. Why? Okay. CPU may also bottleneck, so you may want to check that too. I got a new CPU around November. The CPU should be fine, I think. You have no idea how to make PCs, so I'm looking for a pre-built setup maybe. There's a lot of I was gonna say Rain Rate this year. You could pick their brain. They're really, really good with PC stuff. Um, but yeah, otherwise you could just go pre-build really. You updated early last year. You just want to hang your feet over the edge of the Britannia canopies. Yeah, I upgraded I got a new CPU, a CPU, a motherboard, and the power unit. And the person I was talking to was like, yes, this should all be fine, and you should be good for it if when you go into a 4070. There's a piece of fuzz on the front of this card, and it's not coming. Oh, I'll just get you later. So hopefully everything should be fine. What did we say first? White then blue. White then blue. Which CPU? I don't remember. Let me see. It's a small concern in that I bought one that I think is an Intel chip. So we'll see whether or not it does weird Intel chips things to me. Order confirmation. i5 13,600K. i5 13600K. That one. And then the motherboard is an MSI Pro Z790-P. DDR5-5600? If that means anything to you? And then, yeah, like more RAM as well. And then the power unit. Yeah. Well, I think the DDR5 is, yeah, there's the DDR5 RAM, but then yeah, the MSI is the Pro Z790-P, which I think was my, yeah, that was my motherboard. And then another 32 gigabytes of RAM. More crap out of the pond, Demi. I'm sorry. One day, may you get something good out of the pond. Perhaps. Perhaps. I did not apply enough glue there. There are the lights on the 32 is all you need. I think I only got 32. Yeah, I only got 32. PC part pickers is your friend. Yeah, it was between that and PC part picker, and then another person to be like, is this asking just to consult and be like, is this gonna work? Is this good? Will this function? Will this tide me over for the next like almost a decade? Maybe because like I don't I don't even have like a 4K monitor to try to run stuff in 4K. I know 8K is becoming a thing. Like I'm not doing that either. So that's why like part of me is like 5,000 line card. I could get a 5,000 line card, but at the same time I'm like I don't need it. It does all of this stuff of diminishing returns, and I just don't need it. You know, it tells you that you need more is either lying or thinks you're rendering the entire movie while playing Cyberpunk on max settings with full ray tracing. What if I am? Santa's. And you know what, Santa? Congratulations on suddenly magically having a PC that can do that, because I know you were saying earlier that you have a card that's like just as old as mine is. But no, Monster Hunter is what's forcing my hand. I'm hoping to be able to actually play Wilds with some people. I don't know which people those people are yet, but I'm hoping to play Wilds with some people. Because the few people I started Worlds with, the main person I started Worlds with had already beaten Worlds, and they were like, "Yeah, get into the game with me," and they're like, "I'll play bits of it with you," and then they lost interest because they just like their interest went somewhere else. So I never finished up Worlds, and most of the other people I knew had already finished Worlds, and I was like, okay. Um, so I'm kind of hoping to maybe find a group to run Wilds with. I don't know. It's gonna depend if I get that card or not, because I cannot run Wilds as it is right now. My desktop will not handle it. My laptop will not. My laptop kind of sort of technically has the better card in it. My laptop won't handle it either. My laptop is also 4 years old, so I'm just old tech all around. Your poor PC struggling. You still play games on max setting even if you're streaming. You probably get by just fine with a 30 series card for most new games, at least on the higher 30s. I'm okay with the idea of going into a 4000s line. I do want to like kind of future proof to a degree, in that I don't want to buy another card for 5 or 6 years, and I think the diminishing returns is hitting well enough that I can get away with a 4000s card. So yeah, right now the thing that I've got in mind is like a 4070 Ti Super to just take me for a while. I'm hoping. I just wish. I feel like game companies don't optimize as well anymore. um like I feel like game optimization used to be such an art, but now that like we just keep increasing memory sizes and card like capability stuff, I just feel like people don't optimize their games anymore. Because what is it, like L.Y.K.A.I.O.S is incredibly taxing, and what was the other one, like City Skylines or something, is also weirdly incredibly taxing on a computer. Someone who's had 100 plus Chrome tabs open all at once doing stuff. Reflect about web app you're making, so all 100 tabs are running, worried to find 300 database rows, and that only use 10 gigabytes of memory. My god. People don't optimize at all anymore. Wait, why do you blame Minecraft? What happened within Minecraft? But no, like I always remember that story, and like it's not a computer game, but I always remember that story of like Satoru Iwata, the guy who used to be the CEO for like Nintendo Japan, and how like when Pokemon Gold and Silver was like in development, they were having trouble fitting. They're just having trouble finishing and fitting all of the assets into the Game Boy Color game cartridge. And I always remember that story of Iwata just comes into the Pokemon company. He's like current president or whatever Nintendo, sits down, starts coding like a madman, and then gets everything so well optimized that they fit the entire Johto. And surprise, we can stick the whole Kanto region in here too. And I remember as a kid, the fact that the Kanto region was in there freaking blew my mind at the end of the game. And I love that story. And then I think about like how big some games are nowadays for the PC, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened to that skill of optimization? It's such a good story, isn't it? Minecraft is so poorly optimized, but it's the best-selling game. Oh, I see. So we can blame Minecraft. Thank you, Mojang. Mind you, there's someone else who was telling me before that they think part of it is that like game companies want your real estate space, basically. They want your hard drive space. So if you install this game, I don't know if it's like their tiny conspiracy theory they believe. But they're like, so yeah, game companies, they make them big so that you install this game and you have room for no other games. Therefore, you will be too lazy to install those other games, and you will just keep playing their one game that takes up way too much room. Is the theory. Not really. Wait, right? Not really. What, the Minecraft thing? Yeah, that's like their conspiracy theory of the gaming industry, is that people are purposely keeping their files big so you don't have to like, or so that you don't won't be bothered to download other games and play other games. Most people have large drives as a standard. Yeah, I know, but like files are so big. They're so big. Like freaking fine. My drive is a terabyte, which is like what, 1,000 something gigabytes. But when a single game, like what is it? It's a Call of Duty who's terribly, terribly optimized, and when a single game takes up like 100 gigabytes, it's like 1/10 of my space right there. So like that's a conspiracy. It's like, yeah, all these drives can hold more space, but then the game companies aren't bothering to optimize, so their games take up more space, so you don't have the room to put other stuff in there. Mm-hmm. Like I think I was surprised when I found out Balatro was just a matter of megabytes. The only game is predatory in that aspect is COG. It's because Activision makes you download every game available in Balatro. That's so BS. That's so stupid. Why? Still around. I can see. Like, I know Balachi is not exactly an intensive game by any means, but I don't know why. I was still incredibly surprised to find out that its download was just a matter of like megabytes, I think. I was like, oh, what a pleasant surprise. Large part of its complexity. Small games are simpler styles, not take a ton of space. Larger games with a bit more going on, lots of assets will take more. And on PC, you need the 4Ks and the ray tracing stuff, which bloats the files even more. So you think everyone is still bothering to optimize their stuff? I feel like people aren't bothering to optimize their stuff. At least, like in a lot of Western developers too, at least. Oh no, okay. I can get 96 gigabytes of RAM on the PC. You're really tasty. Most companies just want to shit out like profit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things. Game coding optimization just gonna turn into a lost art because nobody practices it. Or at least a lot of the bigger companies don't practice it. I feel like a lot of the indies probably still do. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Can't say. I'm not game developer. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Wasn't my season. I'm gonna go to bed? Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out around this. I'm glad you got to see your card, like, live on the stream. Have a good night. Hope you sleep well. How's my time looking? Actually, not bad. Actually, not bad. I don't know what it is about today that I am apparently doing pretty decent for build timing. I don't know what it is though. Maybe October of last year. There we go. It's perfect. Thank you too. Thank you, you too. Yeah. We'll get you next time, okay? Hopefully maybe we'll like I said, maybe I'll see you on Friday with Cult of the Lamb. We can get you in as one of the little cultists. It'll be fun. This one admittedly has a special house. I played a tiny bit of favoritism with this one person. And admittedly, he's kind of like a little brother to me, so. Oh, and I gotta get new emotes made up by Demi. We maxed out on emote slots on the channel. So there's a few animated ones I still need to reveal. I use them sometimes in the Discord, not as emotes, because I just have the GIF files, so I sometimes use them when the situation calls for it. But I gotta actually get them like revealed and uploaded as proper emotes. And then Demi made me a couple as like a Christmas present. At least I call it a Christmas present. And one of them makes me laugh, like every time I see it. I can't believe this is when I'm finally apparently getting faster at the cards. The second last batch. And I'm finally getting faster at the cards. I don't know what the difference is this time. Maybe the glue stick is just playing nicer. You got a new webcam for your interview on Friday and to record new bass stuff, and the lighting in your room is so bad. There's so much noise. Oh no. The camera not balanced. Like, I guess there's only so much balancing on those things can do. Your old camera is just bad. Oh no. I guess you could always pick yourself up like a ring light or something. Why have I done it this way? I don't know why I did it that way. It's the only time I've done it this way. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter too much. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you could consider a ring light. Like, I use a lamp light here when I'm using this camera. That's why the shadows I cast are pretty harsh, because I don't have like a diffuser on it, but I guess I might have to consider a ring light, won't I? If I do the live 2D thing. I don't know. Do I? I don't know how crucial a ring light is for live 2D. Just too bad, because the webcam I was using before had a ring light built into it. I was thinking, oh, it'd be perfect. Even if I don't use the webcam part, like on the days I don't use the webcam part, I can just use it for the ring light part, and then the camera died. Rip that thing. Ring light or a cheap light from Walmart? You got a wall lamp LED thing, have it hanging off a push pin on your shelf. So is it like an LED panel that diffuses the light, so you're not just having like a light bulb, in your face? At the same time, I sort of wonder. I'm like, I feel like the technology should be good enough. You don't necessarily need a ring light, but I don't know. Or at least for VTube tracking stuff. Rise web camera could still benefit from a ring light, but I feel like I'm a little surprised that VTuber tracking isn't just advanced enough now that to not really need it. The build you've got going is 5K. Oh my god, Xana, what are you putting in that thing? iPhone June's infrared. Oh, okay. Everything. I guess just don't fall for the trick of bigger is better when bigger just goes unused. Xana bad. I know Schlagen, Rain, and Rye all in the Discord are all fairly computer savvy. If you need any advice. Big chunk of it is storage. Okay, so I've got a curiosity for people then. For those who custom build your computers, how many of you still have or like plan to keep a disk drive in yours? Or have all of you been like, no, I don't need a DVD reader? There we go. Sky and blue, glitter and light blue and silver. The PC at that price of everything will perform worse than a decent at 2K. If you want storage, find your local nerds and get their secondhand drives. That's a smart idea too. You keep one? 2 terabyte hard drive for files. That's what I have now. I just hate having like 7 data drives sitting at the bottom of your case. You're getting a ThinkPad that has one as a requirement? Oh. Is it for like schooling stuff? And they're like, yes, you have DVDs you will need to read or watch. You have an M2 for OS, M2 for games, HDD for files. That's actually about what I have. Well, my OS, it's some sort of solid state drive. I don't think it's technically an M2 because it's an old solid state drive, the one from like 10 years ago, basically. But yeah, my OS runs off of that. It's just a little thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then yeah, I've got an M2. I think a 2 terabyte. Is it 1 terabyte? No, I think it's a 2 terabyte M2 for game stuff. And then yeah, I've got a hard drive still that just holds all my documents and photos and stuff like that. Yeah. You just like having CD drive? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I kept mine for the longest time too. When I put some replacement parts in there, I had to. It's still in there, or no, it's not in there. Is it in there? No, it's still in there, but I couldn't hook it up because there was something about it, so I couldn't hook it up. I don't really remember exactly what it was though. Wait, did I say light blue? Yes, I said light blue. If the odd reference material that's got a CD that can only be read on a PC. That's one we also have CDs and DVDs you want to watch without being a pain. Yeah, it's fair. These are small chips that plug into the board directly, not through SATA. Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think my solid state drive is not that. Like I said, it's an old drive with like it's only like 250 gigabytes, I think. It basically just holds my OS and like a couple other key things. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, why did I put in the other lid? I don't know. Your new motherboard will have a slot for one, I'd imagine. Well, like I said, I do have an M2 in there already. Like one of my things is an old SSD, and the other one is definitely an M2, which I'm pretty sure is slotted into. Yeah, is just in the new motherboard. Might build a PC for yourself in a couple years. Anything you can really change the pre-build is the GPU at this point. What? No, go back. I don't want you to slide right off. I just want you to move over a little. There you go. Anyways, Anna, you don't need Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and more efficient storage options than having lots of drive. You don't need all that RAM. And the biggest problem for you is you like certain things, having way more space than most people and having a ton of USB ports. Long live the Ethernet cable. Admittedly, like I have Bluetooth in my desktop. I wish it was working properly. Mine's not working properly. Um, because like the machine I use for cutting all these things, its wire. I don't really know how, but the wire broke. The wire piece of it broke in the machine, so the port is effectively useless. So I have to connect the machine via Bluetooth. The only thing is, for whatever reason, my computer, despite the fact that it has Bluetooth in it, just doesn't want to see the machine. It worked one time when I stuck a Bluetooth dongle in there and it read the machine and everything cut from my desktop just fine. and I've never been able to get it to work again since then. Since that first time. It says as if the machine is still like it's still known to the computer, and if I try to like remove it to re-add it, it has trouble. It can't seem to remove the machine from the computer, and so I just can't get the machine to like connect a second time to my desktop via Bluetooth, which is really annoying. Because yeah, like I said, all of the cutting from the machine to do all this stuff has to be done by Bluetooth now. So every single time I need to cut something, I got to fire up the laptop to get it going again. And it kind of annoying. It kind of annoying. Xana, buddy. You have 3 out of 4 terabytes filled on your PC. And I really need 16 terabytes of M2. No, not at all. It would be more than enough. That drops the price by 1,000. Xana! Oh my god! I just want to create a lane covered in wires one day, having a computer corner with a bajillion cables of USB. Oh my god. There's one thing I hate, it's deleting things. Yeah, but like, you only have 3 out of 4 filled. Would you even fill 8? Would you even fill 8? Because you have 3 out of 4 filled, and you're also running tech that's like 10 years old. So that's 10 years of accumulated stuff. How would you even fill 8 terabytes? Never, let alone 16. Do you know how many games I don't have installed? But like, you're not throwing away the games when they're in Steam. Their cloud saves still stay there. You don't have to have the games themselves installed all the time. Get a small M2 for your OS, get a smallish M2 for general storage, and get a caddy, fill it with HDDs of all the additional storage you want, or SSDs. What games do you need 8 terabyte for 20 copies of Baldur's Gate 3? Would you only fit 20 copies of Baldur's Gate 3? I mean, you joke, but I legit have. Wait, why do you have 9 copies of Skyrim? Like, you have 9 copies of Skyrim installed? Or you just have 9 copies of Skyrim because it's like a remastered version, the original version, a Switch version, a PlayStation version? No, you can get 4 SSDs and set up a RAID so it becomes one big drive. Okay, but that's not 9 copies of Skyrim on one hard drive. Because you wouldn't install Skyrim 9 times on a single hard drive. Like, what instance would you need 9 copies of Skyrim on a single hard drive? Okay, I guess the other question is then why do you have 9 copies of Skyrim on separate drives when you can't access the save files on those other drives? Or it could just have multiple save files going on the original one. Because that's the part I don't understand. Like, I have my modded version in my basement, but that's only 2. It's only 2 copies of Skyrim. So where's the other 7? Santa is just that meme. Why can't I hold all these Skyrims? 3 on the PS3, 2 on the PS4, 1 on the Xbox, a digital copy on your PS5. Okay, but that's still not all on the PC. I guess my main focus is like, why would you need 16 terabytes of space? And you talk about game files, but like your game files for Skyrim are all on different things. So it's not like they are all taking up space on a terabyte drive. You can save yourself $1,000. Blue sky. Why did I have orange? Is that just a spare orange? Maybe that's just a spare orange over there. I already said I wouldn't get 16. Oh, because earlier you're like, do I really need 16? Like, sounding like you're still considering getting 16. What'd I say? Blue. Oh, okay. I thought you were debating still getting 16 over 8. which is more understandable to be down to 8 or 6. Oh, I heard a sword. And you turn off your computer when you don't use it too, right? Just need to know that the only horror you engage in is excessive storage. Oh, I have a friend who's like PC went in for servicing and stuff like that. And we found out that like he never turns his PC off. And we're like, dude, why? And he's like, I have all my tabs and I have to find them again. We're like, shut down your PC. To which someone else replied semi-jokingly, they're like, you wouldn't turn off your refrigerator. If you held it a few of your friends recently because once it goes to sleep sometimes they just chuck. Or sometimes choke your PC up by not giving enough ventilation. Add in 4 fans, not so you can close cubbies and it vents cool. Poor PC, stuck in jail. What did it do? It's just trying its best. Why is it in jail? Free it. Free the PC. You dust out like once a year at least. I'm not as on top as dusting out as I should be. I should be more on top of it, especially considering I own cats and I do regularly let them into the office. And the PC becomes a little bit of a hairball. But I kind of figure, well, when I got the last set of parts in, it went through a full cleaning, dusting, and the next GPU coming in will have a big dusting. But I have cats that's every 3 months to do. Yeah, I should probably do it more. Okay. That's the last one for tonight. And you know, I'm surprisingly in good time. I'm only like 3 now because I started a little bit late with the whole having to restart the computer for some reason. I don't know why. I just lost all of my audio capabilities. It wasn't seeing my speakers. It was seeing my headphones but not playing anything through it. I was like, this is weird. And yeah, I couldn't hear anything. So I'm just gonna restart the computer and start late. Okay, you go back to squishing over there. This one's gonna go over here to squish too. Oh, sleepy kitties. Oh, you're so sleepy. They're so sleepy. Okay, you go there. Squish under book. Alrighty. Actually, pretty good time today. I can eat dinner. Like I said, I'm a responsible PC owner. My PC's last me close to a decade for a reason. This is true. This is true. It's like the extra space in USB ports. Just on and off until it fixes. Basically. I was like, why are you doing this thing? How can I fix you doing this thing? Turn it off and on again. Okay. Angel is doing artwork. Hamu's doing artwork. Demi's doing artwork. When's the last time I rated Demi? Demi only kind of just got into streaming. Do we want to go see? Let's go see Demi. Why not? Demi is drawing somebody with a knife. I don't really understand why. Xana peripherals. Xana peripherals lander. Yeah. Imagine if I stream regularly and had a decent microphone too. Could be your New Year's resolution. Could get started. Okay. I'm not gonna dilly dally for too long. Usually say that, don't I? What do we got? Friday. We're gonna do Cult of the Lamb on Friday. I'm going back. I want to play. I've been having the itch. So yeah, if anybody's not in for Cult of the Lamb, I suggest you come visit on Friday. I'll get you a named character in there. I will do my damnedest to keep you alive. So yeah, Cult of the Lamb on Friday at 6 PST. We will see about Saturday. Might have a guerrilla stream at like noon PST. Might do some Final Fantasy. Might do some Void Crew. I've been itching to play. Yeah, one of those is there. Friday for sure. Saturday maybe, and then Saturday I've also got a collab over on Varendel's channel to do Call of Cthulhu. Club meeting is mandatory. You will turn up. Yes. Twitch doesn't need another Warframe streamer. Hey, you could stream what's the one you were playing? The Witness? No, not the Witness. The Witness, the puzzly one? You do that one. You just be like a group puzzle solving session. Okay, but I'm hungry too. I want to stuff food in my face. But yes, club meeting on Friday. Please be there for attendance, or we will assume you've been eaten by an eldritch monster or sacrificed to a god. One of the two. Socials. Nightbot will be like, "Hey, stop spamming," but you can't stop it. You'll be an hour late to club. All good. That's fine. As long as it will be good to see your face to participate in club activities. Yes, we've got two versions of the emotes there. No, unacceptable. We have a little bit of leeway. You show up a little late. Raid stuff. Am I forgetting something? I might be. I'll figure it out later. Yes, Demi. So Demi is the one. If you enjoy the rabbit emotes, Demi is the one who's done like all of them. Pretty much every single rabbit-looking emote on this channel is something that Demi has drawn. So, and he's kind of getting back into streaming. He's finally got himself a schedule going. I would suggest, yeah, he does cute art. He has like a fairly cheap. Is it still there? He has a very cheap, relatively speaking, a very cheap doodle redeem. It's like only 2,000 points, and he has a tendency to go a little bit above and beyond on that. Yes, read message there. One of you got access to my emotes, one of you don't, and then yeah, hopefully I will see you all on Friday. But you know, if I don't, have a good rest of the week. Take care of yourselves. Don't work too hard. Work just enough. Okay, and yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Have a good rest of the night.